Let me take you on a journey today, a journey through the depths of your heart, where we often find ourselves standing face to face with our tears. Tears are not merely droplets that escape our eyes. They are powerful messengers. They carry the weight of our experiences, the burden of our struggles, and the silent cries of our souls. Every tear tells a story of pain, loss, disappointment, but also of resilience, strength, and hope. Behind every tear lies a hidden treasure. Often we perceive tears as a sign of weakness, but I want you to understand today that tears are a reflection of our humanity. They speak of our passions, our love, our joy, and even our despair. They are proof that we are alive and that we feel deeply. Each tear that falls is a reminder that we have lived, that we have loved, and that we have dared to dream. Consider this: what if behind your tears lies the seed of your greatest breakthrough? Every challenge you face, every heartache you endure has the potential to shape you into the person you are destined to become. Think about the times you felt like giving up when the weight of the world pressed down on your shoulders. But then, through that pain, you discovered a strength within you that you never knew existed. That is the essence of your tears. They are the beginning of your transformation. When you cry, it is not just about expressing sorrow, it is about releasing the burdens that hold you back. Your tears are like rain nourishing the soil of your spirit, allowing the seeds of your dreams to sprout and flourish. Every time you wipe away a tear, you are clearing a path for new possibilities. You are declaring that you will not be defined by your pain, but rather refined by it. Let me remind you that every tear shed has a purpose. It may be a sign that you need healing. It may be a call to action, urging you to confront the issues you've been avoiding. It may even be the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Do not shy away from your tears, embrace them. They are the catalyst that can propel you into a deeper understanding of yourself and your purpose. And here's a truth you must hold onto: your tears can become your testimony. They can be the foundation of your story of triumph. When you emerge from the darkness of your struggles, you will have a narrative that can inspire others. Your journey will resonate with those who find themselves in similar valleys, reminding them that there is hope beyond the pain, light beyond the shadows. So as you navigate the complexities of life, remember that your tears are not the end of your story, but a powerful chapter in it. Let them flow, for they cleanse your spirit and pave the way for new beginnings. Embrace the process of healing, understanding that what's behind your tears is the potential for greatness, the possibility of transformation, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Allow your tears to lead you to your purpose. Harness the strength they provide and let them guide you on your path to becoming the person you were created to be. You are not alone in your struggles. The tears you shed are a bridge connecting you to the hearts of others, reminding us all that we are in this together. Your tears may fall today, but they will water the roots of your future success. Tears are not just droplets of water, they are profound messengers that articulate what our words sometimes cannot. When we cry, we release emotions that have built up within us, often conveying feelings of grief, frustration, or sadness that have been tucked away in the corners of our hearts. Each tear that falls carries a narrative, a reflection of the battles we've fought and the losses we've endured. They tell the story of our resilience, our struggles, and our journey through life's challenges. Consider how tears can serve as a language of their own. In moments of joy, tears of happiness overflow, celebrating achievements and cherished connections. In times of pain, tears become a cry for help, a signal that we are not okay, that we need support and understanding. They break down barriers, allowing us to connect with our own emotions and those of others. When we share our tears with someone, we invite empathy and compassion into our lives, creating an unspoken bond that can be incredibly healing. Moreover, tears have the power to heal. They can cleanse the soul and clear the mind, providing a sense of relief after a good cry. In this way, tears are not a sign of weakness. Rather, they are a courageous expression of our authentic selves. They remind us that it is okay to feel, to grieve, to experience the full spectrum of human emotion. Each tear serves as a testament to our courage, showing that we are willing to face our pain head on, allowing it to flow out of us rather than letting it fester inside. In recognizing tears as messengers, we can begin to honor them. Instead of pushing our emotions aside, we should embrace them, understanding that they are part of our journey. They guide us, offering insights into what we need to confront or heal within ourselves. By listening to the messages behind our tears, we can embark on a path towards self-discovery, growth, and ultimately transformation. Tears are a profound reflection of our humanity. They reveal the depth of our feelings, showing that we are not merely existing, but truly living. When we cry, we engage in a powerful act of vulnerability, a testament to our capacity for love and connection. Each tear shed is a reminder that we are capable of experiencing intense emotions, from the heights of joy to the depths of sorrow. This emotional range is what makes us human. It connects us to ourselves and to one another. In a world that often pressures us to maintain a facade of strength, tears challenge the notion that vulnerability is a weakness. Instead, they affirm that it is a vital aspect of being human. Crying allows us to process our feelings and release pent-up emotions that, if left unexpressed, could weigh heavily on our hearts and minds. By allowing ourselves to feel and express our sadness, we acknowledge our struggles and affirm our existence. Moreover, tears serve as a bridge between individuals. They foster empathy and compassion, enabling us to relate to one another's experiences. When we see someone cry, it evokes a sense of connection and understanding, prompting us to reach out, offer comfort, and share in their pain. In this way, tears can create bonds that transcend words, reminding us that we are all in this journey together. Consider the moments in your life when tears flow freely, perhaps after the loss of a loved one, during a significant life transition, or even in times of overwhelming joy. Each instance reveals the essence of who you are, a person with hopes, dreams, fears, and the capacity for profound love. Your tears tell the story of your heart, illuminating the challenges you've faced and the beauty you've experienced. So embrace your tears as a symbol of your humanity. They are not merely signs of distress, they are a testament to your ability to feel deeply. Let them flow, for in doing so, you affirm your right to experience the full spectrum of human emotion. Allow your tears to be a reminder that it is okay to be vulnerable, to show your true self, and to connect with the rich tapestry of life that we all share. Behind every tear lies the potential for your greatest breakthroughs. Life has a way of presenting us with challenges that can feel insurmountable, leaving us in a state of despair. But what if I told you that these very challenges, the moments that bring you to tears, are often the catalyst for your most profound transformations? Each tear you shed represents a moment of vulnerability, a crossroads where you can either retreat into despair or rise above your circumstances. Consider the times when you faced adversity, when the weight of the world seemed to press down on your shoulders. In those moments of deep sorrow and reflection, you might have discovered strengths you never knew existed within you. It is through the pain that we often find our purpose. Each tear becomes a stepping stone on the path to self-discovery, revealing the resilience that lies dormant inside you. Every tear sheds light on your deepest desires and aspirations. When faced with loss or heartache, you are forced to confront what truly matters to you. These emotions can lead you to reassess your priorities and ignite a fire within you to pursue your dreams with renewed vigor. Behind the sadness is often a yearning for change, a call to action that propels you forward. Your tears can be the very push you need to make decisions that lead to growth and transformation. Moreover, it's important to understand that breakthroughs often come disguised as challenges. The trials you face may seem daunting, but they are opportunities in disguise. They provide you with invaluable lessons that can shape your character and refine your spirit. Each tear that falls is a reminder that you are capable of overcoming obstacles and that growth is often born from discomfort. Let's not forget the inspiration that can arise from tears. Your journey through pain can serve as a beacon of hope for others. When you emerge from the shadows of your struggles, you become a source of strength and encouragement. Your story can inspire those who find themselves in similar situations, showing them that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So the next time you find yourself in tears, take a moment to pause and reflect. Recognize that within those tears lies the potential for a breakthrough. Embrace the emotions, allow them to flow, and trust that they are guiding you toward a greater understanding of yourself and your purpose. Remember, your tears are not the end of your journey. They are a crucial part of your evolution, paving the way for the incredible transformation that lies ahead. Crying serves as a powerful release, allowing us to let go of the emotional burdens that weigh us down. When we experience overwhelming feelings, whether it's sorrow, anger, or frustration, holding those emotions inside can be detrimental to our well-being. Tears provide a natural and necessary outlet for these pent-up feelings, enabling us to free ourselves from the shackles of emotional turmoil. Think of your tears as a cleansing rain that washes away the dirt and debris accumulated in your soul. Each tear represents a moment of purification, a chance to release the heaviness that has been building up within you. When you allow yourself to cry, you are acknowledging your emotions and giving them permission to exist. This act of release can bring about a sense of relief, clarity, and even catharsis, allowing you to emerge from your emotional storm renewed. In times of pain, we often feel isolated, trapped in our thoughts and emotions. But when we cry, we break that silence and open the door to healing. Tears can invite others into our experience, fostering connection and empathy. They signal to those around us that we are in need of support, reminding us that we do not have to endure our struggles alone. Sharing our tears can lead to deeper conversations, understanding, and ultimately healing. Furthermore, the act of crying can help us process our experiences. When we express our emotions through tears, we begin to unravel the complexities of our feelings. This processing allows us to make sense of what we are going through, facilitating self-reflection and insight. Each tear can be seen as a piece of a puzzle, helping us understand the bigger picture of our emotional landscape. Embracing tears as a form of release also empowers us to confront our challenges head-on. It teaches us that it's okay to feel vulnerable, that we don't have to maintain a facade of strength at all times. In this acceptance, we find the courage to address the issues that may be causing us pain, whether they are rooted in our past or present. So the next time you feel the urge to cry, don't shy away from it. Lean into the experience and let the tears flow. Recognize that this act of vulnerability is a crucial part of your healing journey. By allowing your emotions to be released, you are opening the door to transformation, healing, and the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. Your tears are not a sign of weakness. They are a powerful tool that can help you navigate the complexities of life, guiding you toward renewal and hope. Tears can be likened to nourishing rain that falls upon the parched ground of our souls, fostering growth and renewal. Just as rain is essential for the flourishing of plants and flowers, our tears play a critical role in the cultivation of our emotional and spiritual well-being. When we cry, we are not merely expressing sorrow, we are also nurturing the seeds of hope and transformation that lie within us. Each tear shed is a signal that something deep within us is stirring, a longing for change, healing, or deeper connection. In moments of despair or heartbreak, it may seem as though we are surrounded by darkness, but behind those tears lies the potential for new beginnings. Just as rain brings life to a barren landscape, our tears can clear away the emotional clutter, making room for new growth, new ideas, and new aspirations to take root. When we allow ourselves to cry, we engage in a vital process of emotional cleansing. This release not only alleviates our pain, but also opens our hearts and minds to the possibilities that lie ahead. In this state of vulnerability, we often discover what truly matters to us. Tears can illuminate our desires and dreams, revealing the passions that may have been overshadowed by the weight of our struggles. Consider the moments when you felt lost or uncertain. Often it is in the aftermath of those tears that clarity emerges. Through the process of crying, we may find the strength to pursue the dreams that we had set aside, reigniting our ambitions and passions. Our tears can serve as a catalyst for action, prompting us to take steps toward the life we truly want to live. Moreover, tears can foster connection with others, creating a network of support and understanding. When we share our tears, we invite others to join us in our journey, cultivating relationships that can provide the nourishment we need to grow. In these moments, we discover that we are not alone in our struggles. Others have faced similar challenges and have emerged stronger on the other side. This shared experience can be incredibly empowering, reminding us that we can lean on one another as we navigate our paths. Let your tears be a reminder of your capacity for growth. Embrace the power they hold to cultivate resilience, hope, and renewed purpose in your life. Recognize that behind every tear is the potential for new beginnings as they water the seeds of your dreams and aspirations. in the fertile ground of your heart, allow those dreams to flourish, transforming the sorrow of today into the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Every tear you shed has a purpose, serving as a vital component of your emotional and spiritual journey. While it's easy to perceive tears solely as expressions of sadness, each one embodies a specific reason and meaning that deserves recognition. They can signify the release of pain, the acknowledgement of loss, or even the celebration of joy and healing. By understanding the purpose behind your tears, you can begin to unlock the lessons they hold and the growth that accompanies them. When tears flow from sorrow or heartbreak, they are often a necessary response to the challenges we face. They signal that something within us needs attention, whether it be grief from the loss of a loved one, disappointment in our circumstances, or frustration with our own limitations. These tears serve as a call to reflect on what has caused us pain, encouraging us to delve deeper into our feelings and confront the underlying issues. It is through this confrontation that we can begin to heal and move forward. On the other hand, tears of joy also hold significant meaning. They often arise in moments of triumph or profound gratitude, reminding us of the beauty and richness of life. These tears can be seen as a celebration of our victories, both big and small. They affirm that we are living fully, experiencing the highs and lows that life has to offer. Acknowledging these joyful tears helps us to appreciate the good moments, reinforcing our connection to the world and the people around us. Furthermore, tears can act as a signal for change. When we cry, we often find ourselves at a crossroads, faced with the choice of how to proceed. This emotional release can prompt us to take action, whether it means letting go of what no longer serves us or embracing new opportunities that come our way. Each tear can guide us toward making decisions that align with our true selves and our aspirations. In addition, understanding the purpose behind your tears allows you to practice self-compassion. Rather than viewing crying as a sign of weakness, you can embrace it as a powerful expression of your humanity. It is a reminder that you are alive, that you feel deeply, and that you are worthy of experiencing the full spectrum of emotions. By treating your tears with kindness and respect, you can cultivate a greater sense of awareness and acceptance regarding your emotional journey. So, when you find yourself shedding tears, take a moment to reflect on what they are trying to communicate. Each drop carries a message, a lesson waiting to be discovered. Embrace the significance of your tears and honor their purpose. In doing so, you will not only foster deeper understanding and connection with yourself, but also pave the way for healing and growth as you navigate the journey of life. Tears are not just an expression of individual pain, they can also serve as a catalyst for collective healing. When we allow ourselves to cry, we tap into a universal experience that transcends our personal struggles. Each tear we shed resonates with the experiences of others, fostering a profound sense of connection and understanding. In moments of vulnerability, we create an environment where empathy flourishes, reminding us that we are not alone in our journeys. Think about the power of shared tears. When we witness someone else's sorrow, it evokes an instinctive response within us. We are drawn to offer comfort, to lend a listening ear, and to share in their pain. In this shared vulnerability, we find solace and strength. Our tears become a bridge connecting us to one another as we acknowledge the collective human experience of suffering, loss, and joy. Moreover, tears can inspire us to take action, not only for ourselves, but for those around us. When we witness injustice or hardship, our emotional response often compels us to advocate for change. Those tears can ignite a passion for helping others, motivating us to reach out, support, and uplift those who are struggling. In this way, our individual experiences of pain can lead to collective movements toward healing and transformation. This interconnectedness is particularly powerful in communities and relationships. When one person cries, it can create a ripple effect, encouraging others to express their emotions and share their stories. In this shared space of openness, healing can occur on a larger scale. We become a support system for one another, reinforcing the idea that we are all part of a greater tapestry of life, woven together by our experiences and emotions. Additionally, tears can be a form of communication that transcends language. In times of grief or joy, when words may fail us, tears convey the depths of our feelings. They express what we might struggle to articulate verbally, allowing others to feel our pain or share in our joy without the need for explanation. This nonverbal connection can be incredibly powerful as it fosters a sense of understanding and solidarity among people. Ultimately, by embracing the power of tears, we open ourselves to the beauty of human connection. Each tear we shed creates an opportunity for dialogue, empathy, and support, forging bonds that can lead to healing not only for ourselves, but for those around us. Let your tears flow freely, knowing that in your vulnerability, you contribute to a greater sense of community and compassion. In this shared experience, we find strength, resilience, and a renewed sense of purpose as we navigate the intricate tapestry of life together. Behind every tear is the potential for profound personal growth. Each time we allow ourselves to cry, we embark on a journey of self-discovery that can lead to greater strength, resilience, and understanding of who we are. Tears serve as a mirror, reflecting our inner world and revealing the emotions and truths we may have hidden from ourselves. In this way, crying becomes an essential part of our personal development. When we confront our emotions through tears, we are engaging in a process of honest reflection. This act of vulnerability opens the door to self-awareness, allowing us to explore the feelings and thoughts that lie beneath the surface. Each tear can symbolize a realization or a breakthrough, an opportunity to understand what truly drives us, what we fear, and what we desire. It is through this understanding that we can begin to redefine our goals, reevaluate our relationships, and reshape our perspectives on life. Crying can also be a catalyst for resilience. Life is often filled with challenges that can leave us feeling defeated, but when we express our emotions through tears, we create space for healing and recovery. Each tear that falls is a step toward reclaiming our power, allowing us to process our experiences and emerge stronger on the other side. This resilience is not about denying our pain, it is about acknowledging it, embracing it, and using it as fuel for our journey forward. Moreover, tears can inspire action and change. In moments of deep emotional release, we may feel compelled to take a stand, to make decisions that align with our true selves. Whether it's pursuing a new path, ending a toxic relationship, or embracing a long-held dream, crying often serves as the impetus for transformation. Our tears remind us that we are not static beings. We have the capacity to evolve and grow, to rise from our struggles and seek out new opportunities. As we navigate this journey of personal growth, it's crucial to recognize the strength that lies within our tears. Rather than viewing them as a sign of weakness, we can embrace them as powerful expressions of our humanity. They signify our willingness to feel deeply, to engage with our emotions authentically, and to pursue a path of self-discovery that leads us toward a more fulfilling life. In this process, we learn to cultivate self-compassion. By allowing ourselves to cry, we affirm that it is okay to be vulnerable, that it is acceptable to feel pain. We acknowledge our humanity and grant ourselves permission to heal. This self-compassion nurtures our growth, enabling us to approach life's challenges with an open heart and a resilient spirit. So, the next time you find yourself shedding tears, embrace them as a sign of your potential for growth. Allow yourself to delve into the depths of your emotions, to uncover the lessons they hold, and to harness their power to propel you toward a more authentic and empowered version of yourself. Your tears are not merely an expression of sorrow, they are a pathway to transformation, guiding you on the journey of self-discovery and personal growth that awaits you. Your tears are a powerful tool for connection, not only with yourself, but also with the world around you. When you allow yourself to cry, you engage in a deeply human experience that transcends barriers, creating opportunities for genuine connection and intimacy. Tears can foster understanding and compassion, reminding us of our shared humanity and the universal experiences of pain, joy, and healing. Consider the moments in your life when you have witnessed someone else cry, whether it was a friend, family member, or even a stranger. Those tears often evoke a profound sense of empathy. We instinctively want to comfort, support, and reassure them, recognizing that their vulnerability is an invitation for connection. In this way, tears serve as a language of their own, communicating what words sometimes cannot. They invite us to be present, to listen, and to share in another's emotional journey. Moreover, when you allow your own tears to flow, you create a space for others to do the same. Your willingness to be vulnerable can inspire those around you to open up about their own struggles and fears. This shared emotional experience fosters a sense of community, reminding us that we are not isolated in our feelings. In a world that often encourages us to put on a brave face, showing our tears can challenge the stigma surrounding vulnerability, paving the way for deeper, more authentic connections. Tears can also bridge the gap between differences, allowing us to connect with people from various backgrounds and experiences. When we see someone crying, it becomes clear that they are experiencing something deeply personal and real. This emotional honesty resonates with our own experiences, reminding us that despite our varied journeys, we all share the common threads of grief, love, and the desire for connection. In this shared vulnerability, we can find strength and solidarity. Furthermore, tears can be a catalyst for healing, not just for ourselves, but for those we love. When we express our emotions openly, we give permission for others to do the same. This creates an environment where healing can take place, where we can support one another, share our stories, and work through our challenges together. In these moments of connection, we can cultivate relationships that are deeper, richer, and more meaningful. As you navigate the complexities of life, remember that your tears hold immense power. They are not a sign of weakness, they are a bridge that connects you to yourself and to others. Embrace the vulnerability that comes with crying, knowing that it allows you to forge connections that can enrich your life. In each tear, there is an opportunity for understanding, empathy, and the possibility of healing, not just for you, but for those around you as well. Let your tears flow freely, for they are a testament to the depth of your humanity and a reminder of the profound connections that exist within us all. Behind your tears lies an opportunity for transformation, a pathway to a more authentic and fulfilled life. Each tear is not merely a response to pain or sadness. It is a seed of change that can lead to new beginnings. When you cry, you are engaging in a powerful act of release that can clear the way for personal growth and a deeper understanding of yourself. Tears can serve as a turning point in your life. They often emerge during moments of deep emotional upheaval, when you face challenges that feel insurmountable, or when you confront truths you have long avoided. In these moments, tears act as a cleansing agent, washing away the burdens you have carried and providing clarity in the chaos. By allowing yourself to feel deeply and express those emotions through tears, you create space for reflection and introspection. This process can reveal insights about your life, your choices, and your true desires. Moreover, each tear you shed can signal the shedding of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. Often we cling to emotions or situations out of fear or comfort, even when they are detrimental to our well-being. When you cry, you are acknowledging the need for change, giving yourself permission to let go of what is holding you back. This release can be both liberating and empowering, propelling you toward a new direction that aligns with your true self. In the aftermath of tears, you may find that you are ready to embrace transformation. You might feel a renewed sense of purpose or clarity about your path forward. It's essential to recognize that this transformation is often gradual. It requires patience and self-compassion. Each tear marks a step on your journey, guiding you toward the life you are meant to lead. As you navigate this process, take the time to reflect on the lessons learned and the strengths gained through your emotional experiences. Additionally, your tears can inspire you to pursue your passions and dreams with renewed vigor. The release that comes from crying can ignite a fire within you, pushing you to take action and make changes in your life. Whether it's pursuing a new career, rekindling a passion for a hobby, or mending relationships, the emotions you release through tears can serve as a catalyst for pursuing your aspirations. As you embrace the transformative power of your tears, remember that they are a part of your journey, not the end of it. Each tear signifies growth, resilience, and the courage to face life's challenges head on. By honoring the process, you allow yourself to evolve into a stronger, more authentic version of yourself. Embrace the tears as a beautiful and necessary part of your journey, knowing that through them you are paving the way for a life filled with purpose, connection, and profound transformation. In our journey through life, tears are not just symbols of sorrow, they are profound expressions of our humanity that carry within them the seeds of healing, growth, and connection. Each tear we shed has the power to release the weight of our burdens, to open doors to deeper self-understanding, and to foster meaningful connections with those around us. By embracing our tears, we allow ourselves to confront our vulnerabilities, transforming pain into strength and despair into hope. Let us remember that our tears can inspire change not only within ourselves, but also in the lives of others. In sharing our emotions, we create spaces for empathy and understanding, breaking down barriers that often isolate us. As we learn to express our feelings openly, we empower ourselves and those around us to seek healing, support, and connection. Ultimately, every tear is an invitation to reflect, to grow, and to embrace the beauty of transformation. They remind us that it is okay to feel, to cry, and to rise again stronger than before. So let your tears flow freely, for they are a testament to your journey, a journey filled with resilience, connection, and the unwavering potential for a brighter tomorrow. Embrace your tears as a vital part of your life's narrative, knowing that in every drop lies the promise of renewal and the possibility of profound change. They wanted a monster, but they didn't realize they were summoning a conqueror. You see, life often places us in circumstances where we are misunderstood, where our kindness is seen as weakness, and where our silence is mistaken for fear. They try to provoke you, to belittle you, to force you into becoming what they think you are, a monster. But let me tell you, when they push you, they're not creating a monster, they're awakening the purpose God has placed within you. The enemy will always try to define you by your struggles, by your mistakes, or by the limitations others have imposed on you. They provoke, they ridicule, and they set traps, hoping you will conform to their narrative. But you are not what they say you are. You are what God says you are, fearfully and wonderfully made, crafted for greatness and destined to reign. Sometimes the battle is not to destroy you, but to reveal the strength you never knew you had. Diamonds are formed under pressure, gold is refined by fire, and the spirit of a conqueror is forged through trials. They try to break you, but instead they expose the warrior within you. What they call a monster is actually a leader rising, a visionary growing, and a child of God stepping into their divine authority. Do not be discouraged by the opinions of others. People will always fear what they cannot understand. They feared Noah when he built the ark. They feared David when he stepped onto the battlefield. They feared Jesus when he spoke truth to power. Why? Because the light you carry exposes their darkness. The greatness in you makes them confront their own insecurities. But here's the truth: their rejection was God's protection. Their betrayal was God's redirection. The isolation they forced upon you was God's preparation. Every stone they throw, every insult they hurl, and every trap they set is being turned around for your good. What they meant for evil, God will use to elevate you. So don't let their words define you, and don't let their actions deter you. You are not a monster, you are a reflection of God's glory. You are proof that no matter how much the world tries to pull you down, a child of purpose will always rise higher. Stand firm in who you are, because the very people who tried to destroy you will one day stand in awe of the victory God gives you. What they intended to break you will become the foundation of your success. What they called a monster, God will call his masterpiece. They saw you through the lens of their own fears, insecurities, and misunderstandings. They labeled you a monster because it was easier for them to assign you a name than to confront the truth of who you are. They judged you by your silence, mistaking it for weakness, and by your kindness, seeing it as a flaw. But their perception is not your reality. What they fail to understand is that their words, their labels, and their assumptions have no power to define you unless you allow them to. You are not their opinions. You are not the sum of their misunderstandings. Their perception is rooted in their inability to see the divine work that God is doing in you. It's often easier for people to call you something you are not than to face the reality that you are becoming something they cannot comprehend. You are not a monster, you are a masterpiece in progress, a reflection of God's glory in motion. Their labels are born out of their limited vision, but God's purpose for you far exceeds what they can see. The truth is, people project their own fears and failures onto others. When they call you a monster, it reveals more about their heart than it does about your identity. They see the strength you carry, the resilience you possess, and the light within you, and instead of embracing it, they fear it. They fear the greatness that resides in you because it exposes their own insecurities. But let me remind you, their perception cannot stop your purpose. The world may try to place you in a box to define you by your struggles or your mistakes. But God does not call you by what you've been through. He calls you by what you are destined to become. You are not a product of their limited understanding. You are a child of God, fearfully and wonderfully made, designed for a purpose far greater than their labels could ever encompass. Stand firm in that truth, because no label, no opinion, and no misunderstanding can overwrite what God has declared over your life. They tried to provoke you, to drag you down into their chaos, thinking they could control the narrative of your life. But what they didn't realize is that provocation is a test, a tool, and often a necessary process in God's design. Every push, every insult, and every challenge they threw your way wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to refine you. They wanted to see you stumble, to react in a way that confirmed their assumptions, but what they were really doing was awakening the strength and resolve God placed within you. You see, pressure reveals character. When they tried to tear you down with their words and actions, they were unknowingly creating an environment where your faith and resilience could grow. Provocation is not a call to lose yourself, it's an opportunity to find out who you truly are. It's easy to remain calm when no one is pushing you, but when the heat of opposition rises, that's when the true essence of your spirit is revealed. Think about it, the enemy doesn't provoke those who are going nowhere. The attacks on your character, the challenges to your peace, and the relentless testing of your patience are signs that you are a threat to the plans of darkness. They provoke you because they see the power you carry, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. They wanted you to respond with anger, bitterness, or revenge, but instead you rose higher, rooted in the wisdom and strength that only God can provide. Provocation is God's way of preparing you for elevation. When David stood before Goliath, he was provoked not just by the giant, but by his own brothers who doubted his ability. That provocation wasn't a coincidence, it was a divine setup to reveal David's purpose as a leader. In the same way, the trials you face are not random, they are deliberate moments designed to stretch you, to build you, and to prepare you for what's coming next. So when they provoke you, let it push you closer to your destiny. Don't let their attempts to hurt you derail your focus. Instead, recognize it for what it is, a necessary part of your growth. Their actions are simply tools in the hands of a God who is shaping you into the conqueror you were always meant to be. They tried to bring out the worst in you, but all they did was reveal the best that God has placed within you. You are not defined by the words of those who don't see your worth. Your identity doesn't rest in their opinions, their judgments, or their attempts to diminish you. Your identity is rooted in God's truth, in the unshakable foundation of who He says you are. He calls you His child, fearfully and wonderfully made, chosen for a purpose that far outweighs the misunderstandings of this world. While people may see your flaws, your struggles, or your failures, God sees your potential, your resilience, and the masterpiece He is shaping. When they try to label you, it's because they don't understand the magnitude of the work God is doing in your life. They look at the surface, they see the storm, but they don't see the strength God is building within you through it. They hear your silence and assume you're defeated, but they don't hear the prayers you're lifting to heaven. They mistake your humility for weakness because they can't comprehend the depth of confidence that comes from knowing who you are in God. The world will always attempt to attach its labels to you. They'll call you unworthy, incapable, or broken, thinking those words can limit you. But God's word over your life is final, and He has declared that you are more than a conqueror. He has called you beloved, redeemed, and victorious. His truth is unchanging, and it supersedes every lie, every insult, and every false narrative spoken over you. When you know your identity in God, you are unshakable. People can try to tear you down, but they cannot remove the foundation of who you are. They cannot rewrite what God has already written about you. They can insult you, betray you, and even walk away from you, but none of it can take away the purpose and power that God has instilled in your life. Your identity is not up for debate. It is not something the world can give, and it is certainly not something they can take away. They may try to box you in to make you feel small, to question your worth, but their efforts are futile against the truth of who you are in Christ. You are not who they say you are. You are who God says you are. And what he says is eternal, unchanging, and undeniable. You are his, and that is enough. They thought the pressure would break you. They thought the weight of their criticism, rejection, and betrayal would crush you. But what they didn't realize is that pressure doesn't destroy what is strong, it refines it. A diamond is just a piece of carbon until it is pressed and shaped by immense force. Gold remains hidden and impure until it passes through fire. And in the same way, your trials are not there to destroy you. They are there to reveal the treasure God has placed within you. Every time they pushed you, mocked you, or underestimated you, they unknowingly became a part of the process God was using to strengthen you. Pressure is a tool God uses to expose what is real, what is lasting, and what is unshakable. When others see hardship, they see failure, but God sees transformation. They don't understand that the struggles you faced are part of a divine process that is molding you into the person you were created to be. Think of it this way: the higher the building, the deeper the foundation must go. The greater your purpose, the more preparation is required. Pressure isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's in the moments of struggle that you learn resilience. It's in the times of rejection that you find your strength. It's through the fire that you discover who you really are. They may have thought they were pushing you to your limits, but what they didn't realize is that God was stretching you to expand your capacity. The weight they placed on you didn't destroy you, it developed you. The challenges didn't bury you, they built you. What they meant for harm, God used to position you for greater things. In every moment of pressure, God was working. He was shaping your character, sharpening your vision, and solidifying your faith. What they called breaking points were actually turning points. What they thought was the end for you was only the beginning of a new chapter God had planned. The fire didn't consume you, it refined you. The weight didn't crush you, it strengthened you. So the next time they try to break you with their actions or words, remember, this pressure isn't your enemy, it's your preparation. It's the tool God uses to bring out the conqueror within you. You are stronger than the weight they place on you, and you are greater than the trials you face. You're not just surviving the pressure, you're thriving because of it. You are being refined into something more valuable than they could ever imagine. Every time they stood against you, every time they doubted you, and every time they tried to block your path, they thought they were hindering you. But what they didn't realize is that opposition is not an obstacle, it is an instrument of purpose. The resistance you face is not there to stop you, but to propel you. God uses opposition to prepare you for something greater. He takes what others mean for harm and turns it into the very platform that elevates you. Opposition forces you to grow, to stretch, and to step into the strength you didn't know you had. When people come against you, it's often because they see the potential in you before you even recognize it yourself. They see the light you carry, and their insecurities drive them to try to extinguish it. But what they don't realize is that their actions are only sharpening your focus and building your endurance. Think of Joseph in the Bible. His brothers opposed him, selling him into slavery because they couldn't handle the greatness of his dreams. But what they meant for evil, God used for good. Every betrayal, every setback, and every moment of opposition became a step closer to the fulfillment of his destiny. Joseph's journey wasn't derailed by the opposition, it was defined by it. In the same way, the opposition you face is not a roadblock, it's a redirection towards your purpose. Opposition reveals who is truly with you and who is against you. It separates the ones who are meant to walk with you from those who were never part of your journey. It teaches you discernment and reminds you to lean on God rather than people. It's a refining process that strips away distractions and helps you focus on the path God has set before you. You may feel like the attacks are relentless, but know this: the enemy does not waste time on those who are going nowhere. If you are facing opposition, it's because you are moving forward. It's because there is something powerful about you that threatens the plans of darkness. The enemy sees your potential and wants to stop you before you realize it yourself. But here's the truth: no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every insult, every betrayal, and every act of resistance is being woven into a greater plan. God is using the opposition to prepare you for a platform that is beyond anything you could imagine. Those who try to harm you will one day witness the elevation that comes from standing firm in your purpose. They will see that their opposition only strengthened your resolve and prepared you for the calling God placed on your life. You don't need to fight back with anger or bitterness. Let God fight your battles. Let Him use their resistance as the fuel that propels you forward. What was meant to stop you will become the very thing that solidifies your place in God's plan. Opposition is not the end, it's the beginning of something extraordinary. They underestimated the power of silence. When they mocked you, when they lied about you, when they spread their rumors and accusations, they expected you to retaliate. They wanted you to engage in their chaos, to defend yourself, to fight back on their level. But instead, you chose silence, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. Silence is not a sign of defeat. It is a strategy of strength, the G of strength. It is the space where God works, where His truth is revealed, and where His justice unfolds. In silence, you demonstrate a strength that confuses those who oppose you. They expect anger, they expect retaliation, they expect you to justify yourself. But silence disarms their intentions. It shows that you are not controlled by their actions or their words, but by a deeper confidence in the God who fights for you. When Jesus stood before His accusers, He didn't argue or plead His case. He remained silent, knowing that His purpose and truth didn't need defending. Your silence is not emptiness, it is power. In silence, you give God the room to act. It is in that stillness that His justice comes forth, that His plans are revealed, and that the truth rises above every lie. When they push you to respond, remember that God says, "Be still and know that I am God." Being still doesn't mean doing nothing. It means trusting in God's sovereignty, trusting that He will turn the tables in His time and in His way. They think silence is a sign that you've lost, but it's actually a sign that you've won the battle of the mind and spirit. You've refused to let their words dictate your peace. You've chosen to rise above their noise and rest in the assurance that God will vindicate you. Silence doesn't mean you are ignoring the injustice. It means you are entrusting it to the one who judges righteously. In the stillness, you grow. You hear God's voice more clearly, and you allow Him to shape your character. While they waste their energy on attacks, you conserve your strength for the path ahead. Your silence becomes your sanctuary, a place where you are refined and prepared for the next chapter. And when the time is right, God will speak on your behalf. He will bring the truth to light, exposing every lie and silencing every critic. Your silence will become a testimony of His power, a witness to His faithfulness. What they thought was your defeat will be revealed as your greatest victory. In the end, it is not the noise of your enemies that will define your story, but the quiet, unwavering strength you carried through it all. They wanted you to believe that your scars were a source of shame. They pointed to your failures, your mistakes, and your pain, thinking they could define you by the moments you struggled. But what they didn't understand is that your scars are not symbols of defeat, they are proof of survival. Each scar tells a story of battles fought and lessons learned. They are marks of resilience, reminders that you faced the fire and came out refined. Your scars are not your identity, but they are a testimony. They testify to the strength you didn't know you had, to the grace that carried you through when you thought you couldn't go on, and to the faithfulness of God who never let you fall too far. The world often sees scars as flaws, but God sees them as evidence of His work in your life. Scars are proof that you have been in the storm, but the storm did not consume you. When others look at your scars and try to use them against you, they reveal their own misunderstanding of what strength truly is. They mistake the evidence of your struggles for weakness, but they don't see the healing that has taken place underneath. They don't understand that every scar has made you wiser, stronger, and more prepared for the path ahead. What they call brokenness, God calls transformation. Your scars also serve a greater purpose. They inspire others. When people see what you've overcome, when they hear the story behind your scars, they find hope for their own battles. Your scars are a light to those still walking through their darkness, proof that healing is possible and that God can turn any pain into purpose. Never hide your scars, because they are part of the message God has given you to share with the world. Even Jesus bore scars after His resurrection. The scars in his hands, his feet, and his side were not erased when he rose in victory. Instead, they became a declaration of his love, his sacrifice, and his triumph over death. His scars didn't diminish his glory, they magnified it. In the same way, your scars don't take away from your value, they reveal the depth of God's work in your life. So when they try to shame you for your scars, when they use your past as a weapon against you, stand firm. Let them see that you are not defined by what you've been through, but by the strength you've gained because of it. Your scars are not a reminder of what you've lost, they are a reminder of what you've overcome. And they are proof that you are still standing stronger and more unshakable than ever before. They wanted you to feel isolated, like you were walking alone in the dark with no one to turn to. They orchestrated moments to make you feel small, to make you question your worth, and to convince you that no one cared. But what they failed to see is that in the silence of solitude, you found your greatest strength. What they meant as isolation became your incubation, a sacred time where God was molding you, shaping you, and preparing you for something greater. It is in solitude that God speaks the loudest. When the noise of the world fades, when the distractions of the crowd disappear, that's when his voice becomes clear. He reminds you of who you are, of the purpose he placed within you, and of the destiny no one can take away. While they thought they were leaving you abandoned, they were unknowingly leading you to the presence of the one who would never forsake you. Isolation often feels like rejection, but it's actually protection. God removes people from your life not as punishment, but as preparation. He takes away what you don't need so he can give you what you do. The relationships that fell apart, the people who walked away, and the ones who betrayed you, they were never meant to go where God is taking you. Their departure wasn't your loss, it was your liberation. In the moments you felt most alone, God was closest. He became your comforter, your guide, and your source of strength. You learned to rely on him, not on people. You discovered that his presence is enough, that his love fills every void, and that his plans for you are not dependent on the approval of others. What they thought would break you only deepened your connection with the one who holds your future. Solitude also reveals your inner strength. It strips away the false dependencies and shows you what you're truly capable of. In the quiet, you realize you didn't need their validation to move forward. You didn't need their applause to know your worth. You found the courage to stand on your own, guided by the assurance that God is with you. And in time, isolation becomes elevation. The time spent alone, the lessons learned in the quiet, and the strength gained in the struggle, it all prepares you for the moment God sets you apart. What they thought was your downfall becomes the foundation for your breakthrough. The isolation they meant to diminish you becomes the platform from which God elevates you. So when you look back on those moments of solitude, don't see them as seasons of rejection. See them as seasons of preparation. God used the silence to refine you, the stillness to strengthen you, and the solitude to set you apart for a purpose they cannot comprehend. You were never alone. God was always with you, working behind the scenes, preparing you for the victory that is now unfolding. They wanted to break you, to see you crumble under the weight of their expectations, the weight of their words, and the weight of the burdens they imposed upon you. But what they didn't understand is that God never designed you to be fragile. You are not some delicate thing meant to be shattered by every storm or bent by every criticism. God created you with a resilience that cannot be seen with human eyes. You were made to endure, to withstand, and to thrive in the face of adversity. Every time they pushed you down, every time they tried to hold you back, they unknowingly activated a strength within you that they could never comprehend. The more they tried to hurt you, the more you found the power to rise. This resilience is not something you were born with on your own. It was built into you by the Creator. God knows how to shape his vessels, how to test their strength, and how to prepare them for greatness. What they thought would break you only bent you, and in your bending, you became more flexible. You didn't break, you adapted. They tried to mold you into their expectations, to make you conform to their standards, but God was using their efforts to refine you into who he always intended for you to be. He was using their opposition as the hammer and the anvil to shape you into something unbreakable, something that could stand the test of time. Resilience is forged in the fire of trials, and you've been through your fair share of fire. But every trial, every hardship, every obstacle only made you stronger. The pressure they placed on you became the force that polished you, making you more radiant, more purposeful, and more aware of the power within you. They thought they were destroying you, but they were actually contributing to your transformation. God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't let your suffering go unnoticed. Every moment of difficulty you've experienced has served a purpose. Each trial has taught you how to lean into Him more, how to trust Him more deeply, and how to rise with a strength that's not your own. When they wanted to see you fall, they didn't realize that with every push, they were creating a foundation for your rise. When they tried to silence you, you found your voice. When they tried to weaken you, you became stronger. When they tried to bury you, you grew taller. God has an incredible way of turning the very things that seem like your downfall into the stepping stones for your breakthrough. Your resilience is a testament to His power at work in your life, and every moment of struggle has been preparing you for what lies ahead. In the face of everything they tried to do, you didn't break. You became a living example of what it means to endure, to overcome, and to thrive in the presence of God. Your resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about rising above. It's about seeing the strength God has placed within you and using it to walk confidently into the destiny He has for you. What they tried to break, God has used to make you stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. They wanted you to lose hope, to give up, to abandon the dreams that God had planted in your heart. They wanted you to feel defeated, to shrink back in fear, to let go of your vision for your life. But what they didn't realize is that the greater the opposition, the more powerful the breakthrough. Every setback, every obstacle, and every discouragement they threw at you was only setting the stage for something bigger, something greater, something that no one could take from you. When they tried to diminish your faith, God was actually deepening it. While they spoke doubt into your life, God was whispering promises of hope. When they told you that you weren't capable, God was preparing you to exceed every expectation. Every challenge you faced wasn't meant to stop you, but to prepare you for the destiny He's already ordained. You were made for this, and though the path seemed hard, every step was necessary. They wanted you to be consumed by fear and doubt, but you stood firm in the face of it all. God's power in you has always been greater than the fear they tried to instill. While they focused on your limitations, God was working through your weaknesses to show you the strength He had placed within you. He doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So when they doubted your ability, when they questioned your potential, God was quietly equipping you with everything you needed to succeed. They couldn't understand how you kept going, how you kept standing tall, how you kept believing. That's because your hope wasn't in your own strength, it was in God's promises. You were anchored not in what you could see or feel, but in the faith that God is always faithful. And when you felt like giving up, it was His Spirit that renewed your strength. What they failed to recognize is that God doesn't just show up for you when things are easy. He shows up the most when things are at their hardest. He uses the hardest seasons to strengthen you for the season of glory ahead. What they thought was a hopeless situation became the very place where God showed Himself mighty. Every moment of adversity is a divine setup for His miraculous intervention. So when they said you couldn't make it, God was building your testimony. When they whispered that you would fail, God was raising you up to succeed. You've walked through fire, you've been tested, and you've proven that nothing can separate you from the promises of God. They didn't see the fire as the forge, but that's exactly what it was. It was in the heat of those moments that you were purified, refined, and prepared for what's to come. Now, when you look back, you realize that all of the moments they tried to use against you have only contributed to the strength you have today. Every person who doubted you, every setback that you endured, every moment of weakness, it was all part of the plan to make you into the person you are meant to be. God is faithful and His timing is perfect. You were made for this. And now as you walk into the next season, you can hold your head high, knowing that everything they tried to do to you, God has turned for your good. They wanted you to lose hope, but God turned that hopelessness into victory. So let them keep watching. Let them see you rise. Because what they wanted to destroy, God is using to build. What they thought would break you, God is using to strengthen you. Every trial, every challenge, every betrayal was just another opportunity for God to show his glory through your life. You are not what they said you would be. You are what God has called you to be: a conqueror, a victor, a testimony of his grace and power. Your journey is not defined by the people who tried to hold you down, but by the one who has been holding you up every step of the way. They wanted a monster, but what they got was a masterpiece in the making. You are becoming everything God has destined you to be, and no one, nothing will stop you from walking into the fullness of that promise. Keep standing firm, keep pressing forward, and trust that God is doing a work in you that will leave the world in awe. Your best days are ahead of you, and the victory is already yours. The truth has a way of revealing itself no matter how deeply it is buried. You see, people can manipulate, deceive, and cover up reality for a time, but truth is like a seed. It always finds a way to break through. When truth comes out, it does not ask for permission. It does not seek approval. It moves like a mighty wind, tearing down the illusions that have held people captive for so long. Many have built their lives on falsehoods, hiding behind facades, convincing themselves and others that they are something they are not. They have crafted stories to control, to deceive, and to maintain an illusion of power. But the time always comes when what has been hidden in the dark must be exposed to the light. And when that moment arrives, there is no running, no hiding, no escaping. Truth is not afraid of scrutiny, but deception is. That is why those who fear the truth will do anything to silence it. They will attack those who speak it. They will discredit those who expose it. But despite their efforts, truth remains unshaken because it is not dependent on opinions or approval. It simply is. And here's the most painful part. Truth does not only expose others, it exposes us. It forces us to confront the lies we have accepted, the compromises we have made, and the realities we have ignored. It is easy to point fingers at others, but when truth knocks on the door of our own lives, do we open it or do we turn away and pretend we didn't hear it? A sick truth is coming out. It is unsettling. It is disruptive. And for many, it will be devastating. But do not be afraid, because truth does not come to destroy. It comes to set free. Those who have been trapped in deception, who have been misled, who have been blinded by lies, now have a chance to walk in clarity. The painful process of truth is not to break you, but to wake you. So do not resist it. Do not fight it. Do not fear it. Instead, embrace it. Because when truth is revealed, those who stand on it will rise, while those who built their lives on deception will fall. And in the end, only one thing will remain: the truth that was always there, waiting to be seen. The truth always reveals itself. It does not matter how well it is hidden, how deeply it is buried, or how many people conspire to keep it in the dark. Truth will always rise. It may take days, months, or even years, but it will come out. And when it does, it will not whisper. It will roar. The weight of deception may seem strong for a time, but it can never hold truth down permanently. Lies are weak because they require constant maintenance, endless cover-ups, and continuous effort to sustain. But truth stands on its own. It does not need validation, nor does it need permission to exist. It moves like a seed planted in the soil, covered, unseen, and forgotten, yet destined to break through. The pressure of dirt cannot stop a seed from growing, just as the pressure of lies cannot stop truth from emerging. History has shown that no empire, no system, no individual who built their foundation on deception has ever stood the test of time. Every fraudulent leader, every false promise, every hidden agenda has eventually been brought into the open. And when that moment comes, those who were fooled will realize that truth was always present, waiting to be acknowledged. The problem is never the truth itself, it is the delay in recognizing it. People often ignore what is right in front of them because it is inconvenient, because it challenges their beliefs, or because they are afraid of what it will change. But denying truth does not make it disappear. It only increases the impact when it finally comes to light. There are people who believe they can outsmart truth, that they can control the narrative, manipulate perception, and rewrite reality to serve their own interests. They forget that truth is not bound by human plans. It does not operate on their timeline or their conditions. It waits patiently, biding its time until the moment is right. And when that moment comes, it will not just expose deception, it will dismantle everything built upon it. No matter how powerful a person appears, no matter how carefully constructed their lies are, they cannot escape the moment when truth demands to be seen. He does not need help to emerge. It does not need a defender. It will simply rise because that is its nature. Truth does not seek approval. It does not ask for permission to exist, nor does it wait for acceptance before making itself known. It does not bend to opinions, does not conform to popular beliefs, and does not change to fit into the comfort of those who refuse to acknowledge it. Truth stands alone, independent, unshaken, and unmoved by resistance. It does not need validation to be real. It does not require an audience to, whether people believe it or not, whether they accept it or reject it, truth remains what it is, absolute, undeniable, and eternal. That is why those who build their lives on deception work tirelessly to suppress truth. They fear its power, not because it is weak, but because it cannot be controlled. They try to silence those who speak it, hoping that if they shout loudly enough, the truth will disappear. But truth is not fragile. It does not retreat in the face of opposition, nor does it shrink when challenged. No amount of lies, manipulation, or deception can erase it. It does not break under pressure. It only grows stronger. People often mistake silence for absence. They believe that because truth has not yet been revealed, it has been defeated. But truth is never in a hurry. It waits for the right time. And when it moves with force. It does not need human assistance to be proven. It does not need permission to be acknowledged. And when it is finally revealed, it does not apologize for the chaos it causes, for the illusions it shatters, or for the comfort it disrupts. Those who have embraced lies will tremble, while those who have stood on truth will stand firm. Truth does not negotiate with lies. It does not compromise to make deception more acceptable. It does not soften itself to be more palatable. It simply is. And because it does not seek approval, it will never be bound by the expectations of those who refuse to face it. It moves on its own terms, at its own time, and in its own way. And when it arrives, it does not knock. It enters. Falsehoods are temporary. No matter how convincingly they are told, no matter how many people believe them, they cannot last. Lies require effort. They must be repeated, reinforced, and constantly adjusted to maintain their illusion. But even the most carefully crafted deception has cracks, and those cracks eventually widen until the entire structure collapses. People who build their lives on lies believe they have secured something permanent. But what they do not realize is that they are standing on sinking sand. It may feel solid for a while, but it is only a matter of time before the ground beneath them gives way. The reason falsehoods cannot endure is simple. They contradict reality. Truth exists whether people accept it or not, but a lie must be propped up, defended, and protected from exposure. This is why deception is exhausting. It demands constant maintenance. A single lie often requires another to cover it, and another, until the weight of deceit becomes unbearable. Those who live by falsehoods eventually find themselves trapped in the very web they wove. They become prisoners of their own deception. living in fear of the day when everything unravels. History is full of examples of individuals, leaders, and entire systems that were built on lies, appearing strong for a season, but eventually falling under the weight of their own falsehoods. A dishonest person may succeed for a time, but time itself is against them. Sooner or later, the truth catches up, and when it does, the collapse is not gradual, it is sudden. The higher they have built their illusion, the harder they fall. And when the fall comes, the same people who once praised the lie will turn against it, acting as if they never believed it in the first place. There is no security in deception. There is no future in falsehood. A person who trusts in lies is walking on borrowed time. They may fool others, and they may even fool themselves, but they cannot fool reality. Eventually, the moment comes when the illusion breaks, and when it does not ask if they are ready. The truth will not wait for them to catch their breath. It will not slow down to ease their fall. It will simply arrive. And in that moment, everything built on deception will be exposed for what it always was: temporary, fragile, and doomed to fail. Truth exposes and disrupts. It does not come to fit into the comfortable spaces people have created for themselves. It does not enter quietly seeking to be polite. Truth shakes the very foundation upon which falsehood stands. It does not just reveal deception, it dismantles it. When truth arrives, it does not merely present new information, it demands change. It forces people to confront what they have ignored, denied, or pretended was not real. It does not allow them to remain the same. Some will embrace it, but many will resist it, not because it is false, but because it is inconvenient. There are those who have spent years, even a lifetime, constructing a version of themselves, a story, an identity that is built on half-truths and illusions. They have convinced themselves and others that they are something they are not. But truth does not respect illusions. It does not care about how long a deception has been maintained, how deeply it has been believed, or how much has been invested in protecting it. When it arrives, it strips away the mask, and what is left is the raw reality of what always was. The weight of unacknowledged truth grows heavier over time. It does not simply sit in the background unnoticed. It presses down, it whispers in quiet moments. It appears in unexpected ways, through circumstances, through people, through reminders that refuse to fade. No matter how well someone pretends, no matter how deeply they try to convince themselves that the truth is irrelevant, something inside them knows. A guilty conscience does not rest. A hidden truth does not disappear just because it is ignored. The more a person runs, the more they exhaust themselves because they are fighting against something that cannot be defeated. Some spend years in denial, believing that as long as they do not acknowledge the truth, they are safe from its consequences. But truth is not bound by time. It waits for the right moment, and when that moment comes, it does not ask whether they are ready. It does not come gradually or gently for those who have spent their lives avoiding it. It comes suddenly, exposing everything at once, bringing consequences that could have been softened if only it had been faced earlier. The longer someone runs, the greater the impact when truth finally catches up. Running from truth is like running from one's own shadow. It does not matter how fast a person moves, how many places they hide, or how much distance they create. It is always there. The wise do not flee from it, they embrace it. They recognize that facing truth may be uncomfortable, but avoiding it is destructive. Those who stand with truth stand in strength. Those who run from it run toward their own downfall. And no matter how far they go, truth will always be waiting at the end of the road. When truth is revealed, it does not just expose deception, it brings judgment. It separates those who have built their lives on honesty from those who have relied on manipulation. It is the great divider. cutting through the noise of illusion and forcing a reckoning. People who have thrived in darkness fear the light, not because the light harms them, but because it strips them of the shadows they have used to hide. They built their reputations on lies, gained power through deception, and secured influence through control. But when truth arrives, it does not negotiate. It does not ask for their permission to be known. It does not consider their status or their efforts to suppress it. It simply shines, and in that moment, what was hidden is revealed for all to see. This is why those who live by falsehoods work so hard to prevent truth from emerging. They know that the moment it comes, everything they have built begins to crumble. They fear exposure because exposure brings consequences. It dismantles carefully crafted images. It takes away the control they had over people who trusted in their lies. It does not bow to power, wealth, or influence. It does not respect reputations that were built on dishonesty. The same people who once seemed untouchable find themselves vulnerable when truth stands before them, undeniable and unshaken. For a time, deception may look like it is winning. The wicked may appear to prosper. Their lies may be accepted. Their manipulation may seem effective. But truth is patient. It allows deception to run its course, to grow, to spread, and to become confident in its success. And then at the appointed time, truth steps forward. It does not come with hesitation. It does not come timidly. It comes with force, with clarity, with undeniable authority. And when it arrives, those who build their security on lies have nowhere left to hide. There is no escape from the moment of reckoning. When the time comes, truth does not ask if they are ready to face it. It does not consider their excuses, their regrets, or their desperation to keep the illusion alive. It simply reveals. And in that moment, everything that was hidden is laid bare. Those who thought they were safe in deception find themselves standing in the open, exposed for who they truly are. And when that happens, there's no debate, no argument, and no defense strong enough to undo what truth has revealed. When truth comes, it does not need to shout. It does not force its way into conversations. It does not beg to be accepted. It simply stands unshaken, unafraid, undeniable. And because of this, those who have lived by lies are thrown into chaos. They scramble, they panic. They make desperate attempts to control the narrative. They accuse, they distract, they twist reality in an attempt to make truth seem like the enemy. But the power of truth is that it does not need to fight to be real. It does not need validation. It does not depend on the approval of the masses. It simply exists. And that existence alone is enough to shake the foundations of deception. The moment truth is revealed, there is a shift. The atmosphere changes. The ones who benefited from deception feel the weight of exposure pressing down on them. They sense that their time of control is ending, that the power they once held is slipping through their fingers. They try to fight against it. But every effort only confirms what was hidden. The more they resist, the more their desperation becomes visible. They attempt to silence those who speak truth, but truth does not belong to any one voice. If one is silenced, another will rise. If one is taken down, another will stand up. Truth multiplies under pressure. It cannot be destroyed. This is why those who rely on deception fear exposure more than anything. They understand that once truth is known, it cannot be unknown, it cannot be reversed, rewritten, or erased. The damage to their false kingdom is irreversible. And though they may convince some to continue believing the lie, the seed of truth has been planted, and it will grow, it will spread. It will open the eyes of those who were once blind to deception. And once people see, they cannot unsee. Once they understand, they cannot return to ignorance. Truth does not fight to exist, it simply is. It does not need approval because it stands on its own. And this is why it is feared. Lies require maintenance. They require effort, control, and constant reinforcement. But truth stands untouched, needing nothing but time to reveal its full strength. And when the moment comes, those who thought they could suppress it will find that it was never in their hands to control. When truth begins to rise, those who have lived in deception will do everything in their power to silence it. They will attempt to discredit those who speak it. They will label them as troublemakers, as liars, as enemies of peace. They will create false accusations, manipulate the facts, and twist the story to make the truth seem dangerous. But this is the evidence that truth is working. When deception is threatened, it does not surrender, it fights back. Not with honesty, but with more deception, more distraction, more confusion. The louder the resistance, the clearer it becomes that truth is striking a nerve. There will always be those who refuse to accept reality, who would rather live in comfortable illusions than face the consequences of truth. They will defend the lies, not because they do not see the truth, but because the truth requires them to change. And change is costly. It requires humility. It demands accountability. It calls for a transformation that many are unwilling to make. So instead of embracing truth, they reject it. Instead of admitting their wrongs, they justify them. They would rather cling to deception than step into the discomfort of correction. But the rejection of truth does not make it disappear. Denying reality does not alter it. A person may close their eyes to the light, but the sun still shines. They may turn their back on what is real, but it does not cease to exist. And though they may deceive themselves for a time, truth remains, waiting for the moment when they can no longer avoid it. When deception is no longer sustainable, when the weight of lies collapses, when the mask they wore for so long begins to crack, then and only then will they be forced to face what they tried to escape. Some will continue to resist even in the face of undeniable truth. Their pride will not allow them to admit they were wrong. Their fear will not allow them to let go of what they built. But truth is not dependent on their acceptance. It does not require their agreement. It does not need their approval to exist. And in the end, whether they acknowledge it or not, truth will prevail. It always does. It is only a matter of time. When truth comes, it does not only reveal deception, it demands accountability. It calls out those who benefited from falsehood and exposes those who remain silent while injustice thrives. It is not just the deceivers who are confronted, but also those who knew the truth yet chose to look away. The weight of truth does not just fall on the liars, but also on the bystanders, the enablers, the ones who remained comfortable in their ignorance while others suffered under deception. Because silence in the face of falsehood is a choice, and that choice has consequences. Many people think that if they do not speak, if they do not take a side, they can remain safe. They believe that neutrality will protect them. But truth does not allow for passivity. The moment it is revealed, it forces a response. It is either accepted or rejected. It is either embraced or resisted. There is no middle ground. Those who try to stand in between will find themselves exposed along with the deceivers they silently supported. The truth asks, where were you when lies ruled? Where were you when deception was destroying lives? Did you speak or did you remain silent because it was easier? Did you stand for what was right or did you protect yourself at the cost of others? And when the truth finally emerges, those who remain silent will find that their silence speaks louder than their words ever could. It will be clear where they stood, not because they said something, but because they said nothing. The weight of truth does not spare them. It reveals their fear, their complacency, their willingness to let falsehood prosper, because they did not want to disrupt their own comfort. And in that moment, they will realize that choosing not to act was an action in itself. But truth is not only about exposing the guilty, it is also about restoring justice. It lifts up those who suffered under deception. It brings vindication to those who were accused falsely, those who were cast aside because they refused to conform to the lie. The moment of truth is not just a moment of exposure, it is a moment of reversal. It is where the false narratives are undone, where the oppressed are heard, and where those who stood firm in truth are finally recognized. It may take time, but when it happens completely. And when it does, those who thought they were safe in their silence will realize that they were never safe at all. When truth comes, it does not ask for permission. It does not wait for the right moment. It does not consider who will be comfortable and who will not. It arrives with force, like a flood breaking through a dam, sweeping away everything that was built on deception. And when that moment comes, there is no stopping it. No amount of denial can reverse it. No amount of resistance can suppress it. Those who thought they could control the truth, manage it, delay it, or twist it to fit their own purpose, truth does not just destroy deception, it liberates those who were bound by it. The chains of manipulation, the weight of confusion, the fear of speaking out, all of it begins to fall away. Those who were trapped under the oppression of lies begin to walk in freedom. They no longer have to question what is real and what is not. They no longer have to live under the control of those who thrived on deception. Truth gives them clarity. Truth gives them strength. Truth gives them the ability to rise above the fear that once kept them silent. But this is also why truth is feared, because it removes control from the hands of those who have built their power on deception. It breaks the systems they created. It dissolves the influence they held, and in their desperation, they will try to do anything to stop it. They will attempt to rewrite history, to create new distractions, to manipulate people into believing that the truth is just another lie. But their efforts will only expose them further, because once truth is in the open, its presence alone is enough to challenge every lie, every scheme, every illusion. Truth does not need to fight. It only needs to be seen. And when it is, everything changes. The false leaders lose their following. The manipulators lose their grip. The voices of deception lose their influence. And those who once controlled the narrative find that they no longer have an audience willing to listen. Because once people have tasted truth, they cannot return to deception. Once they have been set free, they will never again allow themselves to be bound. And that is why the sick truth is coming out. Because it is time. Truth is not a choice, it is a force. It does not ask for approval, nor does it wait for acceptance. When it comes, it dismantles, it exposes, and it demands change. Those who built their lives on deception will fight against it, but their resistance will only prove its power. Those who remain silent will be forced to reckon with their inaction. And those who suffered under lies will finally see justice take its course. The sick truth is coming out because it can no longer be contained. It is not just revealing deception. It is bringing freedom. It is breaking chains, lifting burdens, and restoring what was stolen. And though some will try to suppress it, they will fail. Because truth does not fade. It does not disappear. It does not retreat. No matter how long deception reigned, truth will always have the final word. And when that moment comes, it will be undeniable. The masks will fall. The illusions will crumble. And those who thought they could escape it will find that truth was never something to be avoided. It was something to be faced. Because in the end, truth does not come to destroy. It comes to set people free. In life, there will be moments when people may choose to distance themselves from you. You may feel the sting of rejection, the weight of loneliness, or even the confusion of wondering what went wrong. But I want to remind you today that this is not the end of your story. It is merely a chapter, a divine opportunity for growth and self-reflection. When someone avoids you, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt, questioning your worth and your place in the world. Yet I urge you to shift your perspective. Instead of allowing their actions to define you, recognize that their avoidance may be a reflection of their own struggles. Perhaps they are wrestling with their insecurities, their fears, or their own issues that have nothing to do with you. You see, every relationship is a lesson and every challenge is a teacher. So when you find yourself in this situation, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Instead of responding with anger or resentment, respond with compassion. Reach out, not to chase after them, but to understand and to offer kindness. In doing so, you elevate your spirit and demonstrate the power of love. Now, here's what you must do. Focus on yourself. Invest in your personal growth, nurture your passions, and engage in activities that uplift your spirit. When someone chooses to walk away, it opens the door for you to embrace the things that truly matter. Rediscover your dreams and aspirations, because your journey is not dependent on others' acceptance, but on your commitment to yourself. Remember, you are not defined by those who stay or leave. You are defined by your ability to rise above circumstances. Embrace this time as a season for renewal, a time to strengthen your character, and a chance to grow in wisdom. Surround yourself with positivity, with people who encourage you, and with those who uplift your soul. As you rise, you will find that those who once avoided you may begin to take notice. They will see the light that shines within you, the confidence that comes from self-acceptance, and the grace with which you navigate life's challenges. Your value does not diminish because of someone's inability to see it. You are a masterpiece, uniquely created for a purpose. So when someone avoids you, don't dwell on their choice, rather focus on your journey. Reclaim your power, embrace your purpose, and know that you are destined for greatness. Keep moving forward and let your light shine brightly, for the world needs your brilliance. When someone avoids you, it's essential to recognize that their actions often stem from their own internal struggles rather than a direct reflection of your worth. People navigate their lives with various challenges, insecurities, and fears that may cause them to withdraw. For example, they may be dealing with personal issues that make social interactions overwhelming, or may feel inadequate in some way, leading them to distance themselves from others. Instead of internalizing their avoidance as a personal failure or a sign of your unworthiness, try to see it as an opportunity for empathy. Understand that everyone has their battles, and sometimes those battles can result in unexpected distance in relationships. It's not about you, it's about their journey and the space they might need to confront their own issues. This understanding can liberate you from unnecessary guilt or self-doubt. When you reframe the situation this way, you allow yourself to move forward without being weighed down by the need for validation from others. It enables you to approach the relationship or the lack thereof with a mindset of compassion rather than despair. You can choose to respond with understanding, recognizing that their avoidance might be their way of coping with something deeper that you may not fully grasp. This perspective can empower you to maintain your self-esteem and reinforce your belief in your value independent of others' actions. Using the experience of someone avoiding you as an opportunity for self-reflection can be transformative. When faced with rejection or distance, it's natural to feel hurt or confused. However, rather than letting those emotions consume you, take a moment to pause and introspect. Ask yourself critical questions about the situation. What were the dynamics of your relationship with this person? Were there signs of discontent or disconnect that you may have overlooked? This reflection allows you to gain insight into both the relationship and yourself. Consider whether there were any patterns in your interactions that might have contributed to their avoidance. Perhaps you relied heavily on their presence for validation, or maybe you found yourself engaging in behaviors that could be perceived as overwhelming. Acknowledging these factors can help you understand how you relate to others and how you might adjust your approach in the future. This self-awareness can be a powerful catalyst for personal growth. Moreover, take this time to reflect on your values and priorities. What do you truly seek in relationships? Are your expectations realistic, or do they need reevaluation? Understanding your own needs and boundaries can lead to healthier connections moving forward. By taking stock of what you want and deserve in relationships, you can foster a clearer vision of the kind of people you want in your life. This process of self-reflection is not about placing blame, but rather about understanding the broader context of your relationships. It empowers you to identify areas for growth, enabling you to emerge from the experience with greater clarity and strength. Each rejection is not just a loss, it's also a chance to refine your understanding of yourself and what you seek in your connections with others. Embracing this mindset transforms a painful experience into a valuable lesson in self-discovery and emotional resilience. When faced with someone avoiding you, responding with compassion can significantly alter the dynamics of the situation. It's easy to feel hurt, angry, or rejected when someone distances themselves. However, taking a compassionate approach allows you to rise above those initial emotions and foster understanding rather than resentment. Start by acknowledging that their avoidance may be rooted in their personal struggles or challenges. People often have their own battles that aren't immediately visible, and these can lead to withdrawal. By recognizing this, you can view the situation through a lens of empathy rather than self-doubt or frustration. This shift in perspective allows you to understand that their actions may not be personal. They could be coping with feelings of inadequacy, stress, or emotional turmoil. When you approach the situation with compassion, consider reaching out in a gentle, non-confrontational manner. Express your willingness to listen and understand rather than demand explanations. A simple message like, "I've noticed you seem a bit distant lately, and I just want you to know I'm here if you need someone to talk to," can open the door to communication without putting pressure on them. This shows that you care and are willing to support them without expecting anything in return. Moreover, practicing compassion can also be a healing experience for yourself. It fosters a mindset of love and understanding, which can alleviate the pain of feeling rejected. By choosing to extend kindness instead of anger, you cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. This compassionate approach can lead to a deeper understanding of relationships in general and enhance your ability to navigate emotional complexities. It's important to remember that while your compassion may not immediately change the dynamics of the relationship, it lays the groundwork for potential reconciliation or understanding. Your willingness to respond with kindness rather than defensiveness sets a powerful example of emotional maturity and can inspire others to reciprocate in kind. In the end, you not only uplift your own spirit, but also create an environment where healing and connection can flourish. When someone avoids you, it presents a crucial opportunity to focus on your personal growth. Instead of succumbing to feelings of rejection, you can channel your energy into nurturing your own interests, passions, and goals. This is the time to reconnect with what truly matters to you and to invest in becoming the best version of yourself. Begin by identifying activities or hobbies that excite you, whether it's diving into a new book, exploring a creative outlet like painting or writing, or developing a physical fitness routine. Engaging in these pursuits can provide a much-needed distraction from the emotional turmoil of rejection. Immersing yourself in activities you love fosters joy and fulfillment, redirecting your focus from the negative feelings associated with being avoided to the positive energy that comes from self-expression. Additionally, consider setting new personal goals. Reflect on what you want to achieve in your life, both personally and professionally. This could involve pursuing further education, seeking a new career path, or even taking on volunteer opportunities that align with your values. When you shift your focus to setting and working towards meaningful goals, you create a sense of purpose that can propel you forward. Each step you take toward these goals builds your confidence and reinforces the idea that you have control over your own happiness and success. Self-reflection during this time is essential as well. Take the opportunity to assess your strengths and weaknesses honestly. What are your skills and how can you leverage them in different areas of your life? Are there aspects of your personality that you want to develop further? Understanding yourself more deeply allows you to embark on a journey of self-improvement, fostering resilience and emotional intelligence. Incorporating practices such as mindfulness or meditation can also enhance your personal growth journey. These practices encourage self-awareness and help you remain grounded amidst emotional upheaval. By taking time to center yourself, you can cultivate a deeper understanding of your thoughts and feelings, ultimately leading to greater emotional stability. Ultimately, this period of avoidance can serve as a powerful catalyst for transformation. As you invest in your personal growth, you will find that your sense of self-worth becomes less dependent on external validation and more rooted in your intrinsic qualities and capabilities. This journey of self-discovery and empowerment not only enriches your own life, but also positions you to build healthier, more fulfilling relationships in the future. Embracing personal growth during challenging times will illuminate your path and enhance your overall well-being. Recognizing that your identity and value are not defined by others' opinions or actions is a vital step in cultivating self-worth and resilience. When someone avoids you, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt, questioning whether you are likable or worthy of connection. However, it's crucial to remember that your worth is intrinsic. It exists independently of external validation. Start by reflecting on your unique qualities, skills, and experiences that make you who you are. Consider the things that you excel at and the attributes that friends and family appreciate about you. Acknowledge your strengths, whether they are your creativity, empathy, intelligence, or sense of humor. By recognizing and valuing these traits, you reinforce the notion that your worth is not contingent on others' approval or acceptance. It's also essential to cultivate self-compassion during times of perceived rejection. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would a close friend facing a similar situation. Remind yourself that everyone experiences rejection at some point, and it does not diminish your value as a person. Developing this mindset allows you to confront negative self-talk and counter it with affirmations of your worthiness. In addition to self-reflection and compassion, surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with individuals who uplift and support you, who celebrate your successes and encourage your growth. Engaging with people who appreciate you for who you are fosters an environment where you can thrive, reinforcing your sense of belonging and value. This support system serves as a reminder that while some relationships may falter, many others cherish and value your presence. Consider setting boundaries with relationships that consistently drain your energy or undermine your self-esteem. It's essential to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. By letting go of toxic influences, you create space for healthier relationships that appreciate you and recognize your inherent worth. Ultimately, embracing your self-worth means acknowledging that you are deserving of love, respect, and fulfillment regardless of external circumstances. Your value is not diminished by the actions of others. Instead, it is strengthened by your ability to stand firm in your identity. As you cultivate this inner strength, you will find it easier to navigate the complexities of relationships and emerge with a greater sense of self-confidence. Remember, your identity is a unique tapestry woven from your experiences, values, and aspirations, and it stands resilient against the judgments of others. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is crucial for maintaining a healthy mindset, especially when dealing with feelings of rejection or avoidance from others. The people you choose to engage with can significantly impact your emotional well-being, self-esteem, and overall outlook on life. When someone avoids you, it becomes even more important to seek out relationships that uplift and inspire you, fostering an environment where you feel valued and supported. Start by identifying individuals in your life who genuinely care about you and appreciate your uniqueness. These could be friends, family members, mentors, or even colleagues who encourage your growth and celebrate your achievements. Spend more time with these individuals, engaging in meaningful conversations that reinforce your sense of self-worth. Their positivity can be contagious, helping you shift your focus away from negative experiences and towards the uplifting aspects of life. Additionally, consider joining groups or communities that align with your interests and values. Whether it's a hobby club, a volunteer organization, or a professional network, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can foster connections that provide mutual support and encouragement. Engaging in shared interests creates a sense of belonging, reminding you that there are many people who appreciate you for who you are. It's also essential to be mindful of relationships that drain your energy or bring negativity into your life. If there are individuals who consistently undermine your confidence or contribute to feelings of self-doubt, it may be time to reevaluate those connections. Setting boundaries with toxic influences is not an act of malice. Rather, it is a necessary step to protect your mental and emotional health. By distancing yourself from negativity, you create space for healthier, more enriching relationships to flourish. Furthermore, don't underestimate the power of inspiration from external sources. Seek out books, podcasts, and videos that motivate and encourage personal growth. Engaging with content that resonates with you can provide valuable insights and perspectives, reinforcing the positivity you seek in your life. These resources can serve as reminders of your potential and the importance of surrounding yourself with uplifting messages. Remember, the energy of those around you can profoundly affect your mindset and emotional state. By consciously choosing to surround yourself with positivity and support, you create an environment that fosters resilience and growth. This deliberate focus on nurturing healthy relationships will not only enhance your self-esteem, but also empower you to navigate the challenges of life with grace and confidence. As you cultivate this supportive network, you will find that your capacity for joy, connection, and personal development flourishes. Viewing periods of avoidance as opportunities for renewal is a powerful mindset that can significantly impact your personal growth journey. When someone distances themselves from you, it often feels like a setback, but this can also serve as a catalyst for transformation. Embracing this perspective allows you to use the experience as a springboard for self-discovery and rejuvenation. Start by assessing your current circumstances and emotions. Take the time to reflect on what this situation has taught you about yourself and your relationships. Ask yourself probing questions. What do I truly value in my connections with others? Have I been investing enough time in my own personal growth? This self-reflection can lead to profound insights that illuminate areas where you might want to improve or shift your focus. Consider this time as an opportunity to declutter your emotional landscape. Just as we often clean and reorganize our physical spaces, we can also benefit from doing the same with our emotional connections. This might mean letting go of relationships that no longer serve you, or it could involve re-evaluating your priorities and commitments. By consciously choosing where to invest your energy, you create room for new experiences and relationships that align more closely with your true self. During this renewal phase, embrace self-care practices that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. Engage in activities that promote relaxation and rejuvenation, such as meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature. These practices can help ground you and provide clarity as you navigate your feelings. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity that fosters resilience and helps you reconnect with your inner strength. This time of renewal is also an ideal moment to set new personal goals. Reassess your ambitions and aspirations and consider what steps you need to take to move forward. Perhaps you have been wanting to pursue a new skill, start a project, or even change your career path. Now is the perfect time to take action. Setting goals gives you a sense of direction and purpose, empowering you to turn what might seem like a negative experience into a pathway for growth. Moreover, embrace the concept of reinvention. Just as nature undergoes cycles of growth and dormancy, you too can emerge from this period of avoidance renewed and invigorated. Allow yourself to explore new interests, develop new skills, and meet new people. Each of these experiences can contribute to a richer, more fulfilling life and help you emerge stronger than before. Finally, as you embrace this time of renewal, cultivate a mindset of gratitude. Recognize the lessons learned from past relationships, including those that have ended or changed. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what you've lost to what you can gain from the experience, fostering a positive outlook as you move forward. By embracing the idea of renewal, you allow yourself to grow, evolve, and ultimately thrive, turning challenges into stepping stones toward a brighter future. Cultivating inner confidence and allowing your unique light to shine is essential, especially when facing the discomfort of someone avoiding you. During such times, it's vital to remember that your worth is not diminished by others' perceptions or behaviors. Embracing your individuality and fostering self-confidence empowers you to navigate these challenges with grace and resilience. Start by acknowledging your strengths and achievements. Take stock of what makes you unique, your talents, experiences, and perspectives. Reflect on past accomplishments, no matter how small, and celebrate them. This practice of self-affirmation reinforces your sense of value and serves as a reminder that you bring something special to the table, regardless of external validation. Next, engage in activities that align with your passions and interests. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, volunteering, or taking on new challenges at work, immersing yourself in what you love can boost your self-esteem and help you discover new aspects of your identity. These pursuits not only enhance your skills, but also provide opportunities for connection with others who share your interests, fostering a sense of belonging that counters feelings of isolation. Visualize your goals and aspirations, allowing yourself to dream without limitations. Create a vision board or write down your ambitions, focusing on the steps you need to take to achieve them. This process can serve as a powerful motivator, reminding you that you have the ability to shape your future. By directing your energy toward your aspirations, you can shift your focus away from the negativity of being avoided and instead channel it into something constructive and empowering. Moreover, practice self-compassion. Acknowledge that everyone experiences rejection and that it is a part of the human experience. When negative thoughts arise, counter them with positive affirmations that reinforce your self-worth. Phrases like, "I am enough," "I am worthy of love and respect," or "my uniqueness is my strength" can help reshape your mindset. This practice fosters resilience, enabling you to bounce back from setbacks and embrace your individuality more fully. Engaging in self-care routines can also play a significant role in boosting your confidence. Prioritize activities that nourish your body and mind, such as exercise, healthy eating, and mindfulness practices. When you take care of yourself, you cultivate a sense of empowerment that radiates outward, making you feel more capable of handling challenges that come your way. Surrounding yourself with supportive and encouraging individuals is another vital aspect of nurturing your confidence. Seek out relationships that uplift you and celebrate your successes. Engage with friends and family who recognize your worth and inspire you to be your best self. This network serves as a constant reminder that you are valued and appreciated for who you are. Finally, embrace the idea that your light shines brightest when you are true to yourself. Authenticity attracts positivity, and when you present your genuine self to the world, you invite others to appreciate you for who you truly are. This authenticity not only enhances your self-confidence, but also creates deeper connections with those around you, allowing you to build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. By cultivating inner confidence and letting your unique light shine, you empower yourself to rise above the pain of rejection. This process of self-discovery and affirmation allows you to navigate challenges with a renewed sense of purpose, ensuring that your worth remains intact, regardless of external circumstances. Ultimately, embracing your individuality and fostering confidence creates a powerful foundation for personal growth and fulfillment in all areas of your life. Practicing gratitude is a transformative approach that can significantly enhance your emotional resilience, particularly when dealing with the discomfort of someone avoiding you. In moments of rejection or distance, it's easy to focus on the negative aspects and let feelings of hurt and disappointment overshadow your perspective. However, embracing gratitude can shift your mindset and open your heart to the abundance of positive experiences and relationships that exist in your life. Begin by recognizing the value of gratitude as a powerful tool for emotional well-being. Gratitude helps reframe your thoughts, directing your attention away from what you lack and towards what you have. It encourages you to appreciate the present moment and the relationships that enrich your life. Even in challenging times, there are always elements to be thankful for: supportive friends, cherished family members, or even simple pleasures like a beautiful sunset or a warm cup of coffee. One effective way to cultivate gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 to 5 things for which you are grateful. They can be small, everyday occurrences or significant achievements. This practice not only reinforces positive thinking, but also creates a tangible record of your blessings, making it easier to remember them during tough times. When you face feelings of rejection or distance, revisiting your gratitude journal can provide a much-needed perspective shift, reminding you of the love and positivity present in your life. Additionally, consider expressing your gratitude to others. Whether it's through a heartfelt message, a phone call, or simply telling someone in person how much they mean to you, expressing gratitude can strengthen your connections. This practice not only uplifts the person you're thanking, but also reinforces your own sense of community and support. When you focus on appreciating others, you foster a sense of belonging that counteracts feelings of isolation or rejection. Moreover, practice gratitude for the lessons learned from difficult situations, including rejection. Each experience, even the painful ones, offers valuable insights and opportunities for growth. Reflect on what you can learn from the situation at hand. Perhaps it highlights the importance of self-care, or it reveals areas for personal development. By framing challenges as opportunities for growth, you cultivate a mindset that embraces change and resilience, turning adversity into a stepping stone for future success. Engaging in mindfulness practices can also enhance your gratitude practice. Mindfulness encourages you to be present in the moment, allowing you to fully appreciate the richness of your experiences. Take time to pause and savor the beauty around you, whether it's the laughter of friends, the comfort of home, or the peace of nature. This intentional focus on the present fosters an appreciation for the life you are living, even amidst challenges. Additionally, surround yourself with reminders of gratitude. Create visual cues that inspire you to appreciate the positive aspects of your life. This could be a vision board filled with images of people, places, and experiences that evoke feelings of gratitude, or simple notes placed around your home that prompt you to reflect on your blessings throughout the day. By incorporating gratitude into your daily routine, you begin to cultivate a habit that can dramatically enhance your emotional resilience. This shift in focus helps you recognize that while someone may be avoiding you, there is still an abundance of love, support, and beauty in your life. Gratitude empowers you to rise above negativity, fostering a sense of peace and contentment that allows you to move forward with confidence and hope. Embracing this practice not only enriches your own life, but also radiates positivity to those around you, creating a ripple effect of appreciation and connection. Embracing a growth mindset is a powerful approach that can transform your perspective when someone avoids you. Instead of viewing this experience as a setback, consider it an opportunity for development and self-improvement. A growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work, encourages resilience and fosters a love for learning that can help you navigate the complexities of relationships and personal challenges. Start by reframing your thoughts about the situation. When faced with rejection or avoidance, instead of thinking, "I must not be good enough," shift your perspective to, "What can I learn from this experience?" This subtle change in thinking opens the door to self-discovery and growth. Ask yourself what aspects of the relationship may have contributed to this distance, and what insights you can gain about your communication style, emotional availability, or boundaries. Cultivating curiosity about yourself and others is essential in developing a growth mindset. Rather than internalizing the rejection as a reflection of your worth, approach it with a sense of inquiry. What might have led the other person to create distance? Understanding their perspective can provide valuable insights and promote empathy. This not only helps you process the experience, but also fosters healthier relationships in the future by equipping you with a deeper understanding of interpersonal dynamics. Engage in continuous learning and self-improvement. Take this time to explore personal development opportunities that can enhance your skills and emotional intelligence. This could involve reading books on communication, attending workshops, or seeking feedback from trusted friends or mentors about your interpersonal skills. Embracing a growth mindset means being open to feedback and using it as a tool for improvement rather than a source of shame. Additionally, focus on setting personal goals that align with your values and aspirations. Use the time you have gained from reevaluating your relationships to invest in your passions and interests. Whether it's pursuing a new hobby, advancing in your career, or volunteering for a cause you care about, these activities can provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment that reinforces your self-worth. Setting and achieving personal goals allows you to reclaim your narrative, reminding you that your value is not dependent on the opinions of others. As you cultivate a growth mindset, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Acknowledge that everyone encounters challenges and setbacks in their relationships. Remind yourself that experiencing rejection does not define your identity. It's merely a moment in your life's journey. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend facing similar struggles. This compassionate approach fosters resilience, allowing you to bounce back from disappointments more effectively. Surround yourself with influences that promote a growth mindset. Engage with people who inspire you, share your values, and encourage you to push beyond your comfort zone. This supportive network can be a valuable resource as you navigate challenges and seek opportunities for growth. Their encouragement and belief in your potential can serve as a powerful motivator, reinforcing the idea that you are capable of overcoming obstacles and evolving into a better version of yourself. Finally, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Acknowledging your growth fosters a sense of accomplishment and reinforces the belief that you are on a continuous journey of improvement. Reflect on the lessons learned from the experience of being avoided and recognize how they have contributed to your development. This practice cultivates a positive self-image, empowering you to embrace future challenges with confidence and resilience. By adopting a growth mindset in the face of avoidance, you empower yourself to transform adversity into opportunity. This approach not only enhances your emotional resilience, but also encourages a deeper understanding of yourself and others. As you embrace growth, you become more adaptable, better equipped to handle the complexities of relationships, and ultimately more fulfilled in your personal journey. In navigating the complexities of relationships, particularly when faced with avoidance from others, it is essential to shift our perspective towards growth and resilience. Embracing a mindset that views challenges as opportunities fosters personal development and emotional strength. By focusing on self-reflection, cultivating inner confidence, and practicing gratitude, we can transform moments of rejection into powerful lessons that enrich our lives. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences and engaging in self-care further enhances our ability to rise above negativity. Ultimately, by embracing our individuality and fostering connections with those who uplift us, we not only nurture our own well-being, but also create a ripple effect of positivity in the lives of others. As we continue on this journey of self-discovery and growth, we realize that every experience, including those of avoidance, is a stepping stone toward becoming the best versions of ourselves. There are moments in life when you feel like the world has dealt you a blow, when you feel betrayed, rejected, or abused. But what I want you to understand today is this: what was done to you is not just a hurt, it is a sickness. It's a sickness that tries to contaminate your spirit, your mind, and your ability to move forward. But this sickness is not your destiny. It is not who you are, nor is it who you are meant to be. You see, life will throw challenges at you. People will try to hurt you, lie to you, and even betray you. But the key is understanding that their actions are a reflection of them, not you. What was done to you may have caused pain, but it does not define your purpose. Your purpose is far greater than the wounds of your past. When someone hurts you, it is like a sickness entering your life. But just as a physical sickness can be healed, emotional and spiritual sickness can be healed too. What has been done to you, the rejection, the betrayal, the hurt, can be the source of your strength if you choose to heal from it. It can be the thing that propels you to become the person you were always meant to be. The key to overcoming this sickness is not to allow it to control you. Do not let the pain and hurt fester inside you. It's easy to get consumed by anger, by bitterness, by the things that others have done to you. But you must rise above it. You must take the responsibility to heal. You must take the responsibility to let go of the bitterness that will only keep you sick and stuck in the past. It's time to stop blaming the actions of others for your current state. Yes, what they did was wrong. Yes, it hurt. But your healing, your success, your freedom from this sickness depends on your willingness to let go of what they did. When you hold on to the pain, when you let it linger, it festers inside you and spreads to every area of your life. It stops your growth, it limits your potential, and it keeps you bound in a cycle of negativity. Understand that healing is a choice. It's a decision you must make every day. You are not defined by what was done to you. You are not weak because of the pain you've experienced. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are a victor, a conqueror. You have been equipped with everything you need to overcome. Let me tell you something powerful. The very thing that was meant to destroy you, the very thing that hurt you, is the thing that can launch you into your greatness if you allow it. Do not let this sickness stop you from fulfilling your divine purpose. Do not let it hold you back from being who you are truly meant to be. The power to overcome lies within you. The strength you have inside is greater than any offense, any betrayal, or any hurt. Rise above what was done to you. Rise above the sickness. You were created for something greater, and it's time to step into that greatness. Choose healing. Choose to forgive. Choose to let go. Do not let what was done to you become your excuse for not living your best life. The best is yet to come, and you are about to step into it. There will always be moments in life when you feel like the world has turned against you. There will be times when it seems like betrayal, rejection, or injustice has followed you, as if life has dealt you a blow that you cannot recover from. It's easy in these moments to feel like you're alone, like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and nothing is going right. But let me tell you, those moments are part of the journey. You see, challenges in life are inevitable. They are not meant to define you, but to refine you. Every person, no matter how successful or how strong they may seem, faces adversity. It's a fact of life that we cannot escape. We are all going to encounter pain, difficulty, and hardship at some point. Our life will test us. People will disappoint us. Situations will unfold that will shake us to our core. But the beauty of this reality is that it's not the challenges themselves that determine the course of our lives. It's how we choose to respond to them. You may have been hurt by someone, rejected by people you thought you could trust, or face circumstances that seem beyond your control. But let me remind you of something powerful. The challenges that life throws your way are not an indication that you are weak or that you are doomed. They are simply opportunities for you to grow. You are not defined by the moments when you face difficulties. What truly matters is how you rise from them, how you use them to propel you toward your purpose. It's easy to get caught in the negative emotions that come with life's setbacks, to let the weight of pain and hurt crush your spirit. But what if, instead of focusing on the challenge, you focused on what it can teach you? Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Every hardship is an opportunity to show the strength you never knew you had. And though it may feel like the world is coming against you, these challenges are shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for a greater purpose. Life will throw stones at you, but you are more than capable of turning those stones into stepping stones that elevate you to higher ground. What was meant to bring you down can be the very thing that lifts you up. Remember, challenges don't define you, your response to them does. What was done to you, the hurt, the betrayal, the rejection, can feel like a sickness. It enters your life, invades your heart, and tries to consume you from within. It's a sickness that doesn't just stay on the surface. No, it goes deeper. It affects how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you see your future. It takes away your peace of mind, your joy, and your ability to trust. This sickness can slowly spread throughout your life, poisoning your thoughts, your emotions, and even your relationships. It's like an infection that begins small, unnoticed, and then grows if it isn't treated, if it isn't healed. But here's the truth: this sickness is not who you are. It's not a reflection of your true self. It's just an experience, an event, a moment in time that does not define your future. The hurt that was caused by others, the betrayal, the pain, these are things that can happen to anyone. But these things do not have the power to define your worth unless you allow them to. What was done to you may have caused you pain, but that pain does not need to consume you. The key is understanding that this sickness can be healed. Just like a physical illness, emotional and spiritual wounds can be treated, and with time they can be overcome. The problem comes when we begin to identify ourselves with the hurt. We start thinking, this is who I am now. I am the person who has been hurt. I am the one who has been wrong, but that's not the truth. What happened to you is not a permanent label, nor should it be the defining characteristic of your life. You are not defined by what others did to you. You are not the sum of your wounds. Yes, the hurt might feel like it is a part of you, but that feeling is temporary. It does not have to last forever. The challenge then is not to let this sickness settle in. It's not to let the bitterness, the anger, and the resentment become your identity. You have the power to heal. Healing is not something that happens by accident. It's a conscious choice. It's a decision to recognize the hurt for what it is, a passing moment, an experience that does not have the authority to control your life. This sickness can be defeated. It can be healed, but only when you choose to release it, to let go of the weight it carries and allow yourself the freedom to heal. What was done to you is not who you are. It is an experience you've had, but it's not your destiny. Healing is possible, and it starts with acknowledging that this sickness, though real, is temporary. You are greater than the hurt. You are stronger than the pain. And with each day, you can choose to rise above it. What was done to you, the betrayal, the hurt, the pain, is a reflection of the choices and actions of others, not a reflection of who you are as a person. Let me make this clear. Their actions, their words, their decisions are a direct result of their own inner struggles, their own fears, their own weaknesses. When someone hurts you, when they betray your trust or act in ways that cause you pain, it is more about their internal state than about your worth. It is about where they are in their lives, what they are dealing with, and what they are projecting onto you. Think about it for a moment. When someone lashes out, when they deceive or hurt others, it usually stems from their own insecurities, their own unresolved pain, and their inability to handle their emotions or relationships in a healthy way. It is not about you. It's a projection of what's happening inside them. People who hurt others often do so because they are carrying wounds of their own, and the only way they know to deal with that pain is to inflict it on someone else. This is not your fault. It never was. What they did may have wounded you, but it was a reflection of their brokenness, not yours. In these moments, it's easy to internalize the pain and to start thinking, I must have done something wrong. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I deserve this, but this is the lie. The truth is that their actions are not an indication of your worth. They do not determine who you are. You are not defined by what others choose to do to you. You are defined by how you see yourself and by how you choose to respond to what was done to you. When we allow others' actions to define us, we give them power over us. We give them control over our emotions, our thoughts, and our actions. But when you understand that what they did is a reflection of their own issues, their own unresolved pain, you can begin to separate yourself from it. You no longer have to carry the weight of their actions because you realize that it wasn't about you, it was about them. You did not deserve their hurtful actions, and you do not need to own the consequences of their choices. The key to healing, the key to moving forward, is recognizing that other people's behavior is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of where they are in their lives, and it speaks more about their character than it ever will about yours. When you understand this truth, you can begin to take back control of your emotions and your life. You can stop blaming yourself and start focusing on healing and growing. You can begin to see yourself for who you truly are, valuable, worthy, and deserving of love, respect, and happiness. What others did to you may have hurt, but it does not diminish who you are. It's just a moment, not your identity. Healing is not just a possibility, it is a reality that you can access no matter how deep the wound or how painful the experience. Just like a physical wound can be treated with the right care and time, your emotional and spiritual wounds can also be healed. The key, however, lies in your willingness to believe in the power of healing and to actively engage in the process. Healing is not something that just happens to you. It is something that you must choose. And the good news is that you have the power within you to heal. When you've been hurt, when life has dealt you a blow, it can feel as though the pain will never go away. The hurt can linger in your heart and mind, replaying over and over, making it hard to believe that healing is even possible. But let me tell you, the longer you hold on to the pain, the longer you allow it to dictate your life, the harder it becomes to heal. Healing starts with letting go, with accepting that what was done to you, though painful, is not the defining moment of your life. It is simply an experience, one that you have the power to rise above. Many people make the mistake of thinking that they have to forget the pain in order to heal. But healing isn't about erasing what happened. It's about acknowledging the hurt, feeling the emotions, and then choosing to move forward. Healing is about reclaiming your peace, your joy, and your strength. It's about forgiving, not for the sake of the person who hurt you, but for your own sake. Holding on to anger, bitterness, and resentment only keeps you tied to the past. It keeps you in a prison of your own making. But when you choose to forgive, you choose to release the grip that the past has on your heart and mind. This healing process is not quick. It's not something that happens overnight. It takes time and it takes effort. You have to be patient with yourself and understand that the scars from your past do not disappear immediately. But every step you take toward healing, every choice to let go of the bitterness, every moment you choose peace over pain, brings you closer to the healing you seek. You are not helpless in this process. You are not a victim of your past. You have the ability to heal, to grow, and to transform the pain into strength. You have been given everything you need to heal from the inside out. The power to heal is not something that someone else can give you. It's already inside you, waiting to be unlocked. Healing begins when you make the decision to take responsibility for your emotional and spiritual health, when you decide that your peace, your happiness, and your future are worth fighting for. There is no wound so deep that it cannot heal. There is no hurt so great that it cannot be overcome. With time, patience, and the right mindset, you will come through this stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Healing is not just possible, it is your birthright. It is your path to a future filled with peace, joy, and freedom. The choice to heal is yours. The question is, will you choose it? In life, we all face moments where the pain seems too great, the road ahead too difficult, and the weight of what was done to us too heavy to bear. In those moments, it's easy to want to give up, to sink into despair, and to let the hurt define us. But there is one thing that sets the resilient apart from the broken: the decision to rise above the pain. This is where true strength lies, not in avoiding pain, not in running from it, but in deciding to rise above it, to rise above the hurt, and still move forward with purpose and conviction. When you're in the midst of your pain, it's hard to imagine how you could possibly overcome it. The emotions are raw, the wounds deep, and the desire to retreat into yourself can feel overpowering. But the key to overcoming pain is not to avoid it, to ignore it, or to pretend that it doesn't matter. No, the key is to acknowledge the pain and then choose not to let it control you. You are not what happened to you. You are not defined by your circumstances. Your ability to rise above the pain and to still move forward despite the hurt is where your true strength lies. It's in the moments when you want to give up that you have the greatest opportunity to grow. You have a choice. You can let the pain consume you, let it drain you of your energy, your hope, and your dreams, or you can choose to rise above it, to not allow it to have the final word in your story. Yes, the pain may feel unbearable at times. Yes, you may wonder how you can go on. But remember, every challenge is an opportunity for you to discover just how strong you truly are. Every wound can become the source of your healing. Every trial an opportunity to show your resilience. Rising above the pain is not about denying the hurt. It's about choosing to move forward, even when the weight of what was done to you feels heavy. It's about refusing to allow the actions of others to control your future, your destiny, or your peace of mind. You are the one in control of your narrative. What happened to you is just one chapter in your story, not the entire book. The power to move forward is within you, and you have the ability to rise from this stronger than before. It's about mindset. It's about your perspective. You have to make the conscious decision every day to not allow your circumstances to define you. Yes, you will hurt, and yes, it will be difficult, but it's in these moments that you get to decide, will I stay down or will I rise? Will I let this pain defeat me, or will I allow it to make me stronger? The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. Each day you have the opportunity to get up, stand tall, and rise above the pain. And with each step you take toward healing, you reclaim a part of yourself that was once lost. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a survivor, a warrior, and a conqueror. So when the pain seems overwhelming, when the road ahead seems impossible, remember you are stronger than you realize, and you have everything within you to rise above it all. The pain may have been a part of your journey, but it does not have to be your destination. Your true strength lies in the choice to rise. Keep moving forward, keep standing tall, and let the pain become the foundation upon which you build your strength, your purpose, and your future. What was done to you may have caused deep pain, but it is not a permanent state of being. It is so important for you to understand that healing is a process and it doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires time, patience, and intentional effort. You might look at the wounds in your heart and think that they will never heal. You may wonder how it is even possible to move forward when the scars seem too deep. But let me remind you, healing takes place one step at a time, and no wound is too deep to be restored. The first step in this healing process is recognizing that it is okay to feel the pain. You do not have to suppress it or pretend that everything is fine when it's not. Acknowledging the hurt, the betrayal, the sadness, these are all necessary steps in your journey. You have every right to feel the way you feel. But healing begins when you no longer allow that pain to define you. Yes, the hurt may come, but it no longer controls your actions, your thoughts, or your decisions. It's about choosing to heal. It's about choosing to say, this is a part of my story, but it doesn't get to be the whole story. The pain may still linger, but it doesn't have to stay. Understand this, the longer you hold on to the hurt, the harder it is to move forward. Holding on to the pain is like holding on to an anchor that keeps you stuck in the past. And that's exactly what many people do. They allow the hurt to tie them to a place they were never meant to stay. They let the pain become their identity, their focus, and their limiting belief. But you are not your pain. You are not your hurt. You are a powerful individual capable of overcoming and thriving even after the most difficult of circumstances. Healing takes time, but it also takes a shift in your mindset. The moment you decide that healing is your priority, you unlock the potential within you to rise above your circumstances. It is a choice to no longer let what was done to you shape your future. Healing is not about forgetting the past. It's about choosing not to let the past dictate your future. It's about saying, yes, I've been hurt, but I choose to believe that I can be whole again. I choose to believe that this pain does not define who I am or what I am capable of. This is where the power lies in your belief that healing is possible. Healing begins the moment you stop identifying with your wounds and start seeing yourself as someone who can overcome, who can grow from the experience. The pain doesn't go away instantly, but every day you choose to take small steps toward healing, you move closer to a place of peace. Every choice you make to let go of the bitterness, the anger, and the resentment is a choice that brings you closer to the freedom you seek. You are not a prisoner of what was done to you. You are a conqueror, and every step you take toward healing is a victory. It may not be easy, and it may not be quick, but the key to healing is to never give up. It's a journey of transformation, of letting go of what no longer serves you and embracing the truth that you have the strength and the ability to heal, to grow, and to move forward. The hurt that was caused by others may have scarred you, but it will not control your future unless you allow it. Healing is possible, and it is a choice you can make today. With each passing day, you get closer to the person you were always meant to be, the person who is stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Healing takes time, but with patience, with faith, and with effort, you will emerge from this stronger and more whole than you could ever imagine. Don't let the past dictate your future. The best is yet to come, and healing is your path to that new beginning. Healing is a journey that requires your active participation. It's not something that will just happen while you wait for time to pass. It demands a conscious decision to invest in your well-being and growth. You can't expect healing to take place if you are not intentional about the steps you take. This is why it's so crucial to take responsibility for your healing process. You must recognize that although what was done to you was not your fault, the power to heal is ultimately in your hands. It is up to you to decide to break free from the pain and step into a future of restoration. Taking responsibility for your healing is not about blaming yourself or taking on the weight of what others have done to you. Rather, it's about empowering yourself to make choices that lead to recovery. It's about saying, I may have been hurt, but I am choosing to heal. I may not be able to change what happened, but I can choose how I move forward. This mindset shift is incredibly powerful. It frees you from the shackles of victimhood and reminds you that you have the ability to take control of your life, your healing, and your destiny. So often, people fall into the trap of waiting for someone else to fix them, to apologize, or to make things right. They think that if the person who hurt them would just come forward and make amends, then healing would be possible. But the truth is, healing is not dependent on the actions of others. It starts with you. You have to be willing to take responsibility for your own healing, regardless of whether the other person acknowledges their wrongs or not. This is a hard truth, but it is the key to moving forward. When you take responsibility for your healing, you are acknowledging that you have the power to shape your own recovery. You are the one who decides how long you allow the pain to control your life. You are the one who decides whether you will remain stuck in the hurt or whether you will choose to rise above it. Taking responsibility for your healing is an act of self-love, an act of saying, I deserve peace. I deserve joy. I deserve to move forward. It's a declaration that you will not let the past keep you from the future that God has destined for you. But this doesn't mean that the healing process is easy or linear. It will take work. There will be times when the pain resurfaces, when you doubt whether healing is even possible. You may feel discouraged, and that's okay. But as long as you take responsibility for your healing, you will always have the power to make choices that align with your recovery. When you take responsibility, you no longer let your circumstances determine your outcome. You make the choice to rise, to rebuild, and to restore yourself. Taking responsibility for your healing also means being honest with yourself about where you are in the process. It's important to recognize that healing is not an event, but a journey. Some days you may feel strong, and other days you may feel weak. It's important not to be discouraged when progress feels slow or when setbacks occur. The key is to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps. Each step, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is a victory in itself. Taking responsibility means showing up for yourself every day, even on the tough days, and trusting that healing is happening, even if it's not always visible to others. When you own your healing, you are actively participating in the process of reclaiming your life. You are not a passive observer of your circumstances. You are the one in control of how you heal, grow, and thrive. Yes, what was done to you was painful, but you have the power to choose your response, to take charge of your healing, and to believe that brighter days are ahead. You are not defined by your wounds. You are defined by your decision to rise above them, to take responsibility for your healing, and to create a future that is full of strength, peace, and hope. In the end, taking responsibility for your healing is an act of empowerment. It is about reclaiming your life and your peace of mind, knowing that you have the power to restore what was broken. Healing may not happen instantly, but with responsibility and effort, you will come through stronger, more resilient, and more whole than you ever imagined. The choice is yours, and the power to heal is within you. When we experience hurt, it's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others for our pain. We focus on what was done to us, how it was done, and who was responsible for inflicting the wound. But while it's natural to seek justice or an apology, you must understand that the greatest healing comes when you let go of the need for revenge, closure, or an explanation from others. The truth is, your healing is not tied to how others respond to your hurt. It's tied to your ability to move forward despite what they've done to you. One of the most powerful things you can do in the healing process is to release the grip that the other person or situation has on your life. This doesn't mean that what they did was okay or that you should just forget it. No, releasing it means you are choosing not to let it control you any longer. You are choosing not to allow what was done to you to rob you of your peace, your joy, or your future. When you keep waiting for the other person to do something, whether it's to apologize, to make things right, or to explain themselves, you are giving them control over your life. You are allowing them to hold the keys to your healing when, in fact, you have the power to unlock your own freedom. Release the need for closure. Many people get stuck in the cycle of waiting for some form of closure, thinking that if they just get the explanation or apology they deserve, then the healing can begin. But that's a false hope. Real closure doesn't come from someone else's words or actions. It comes from within you. It's when you decide that you will not let what happened to you control your future. It's when you decide that you will stop carrying the weight of someone else's actions and instead take ownership of your own peace. When you release the need for closure, you free yourself from being bound by the past. You can't move forward when you're constantly looking back, waiting for someone else to give you permission to heal. Letting go also means choosing not to let anger, bitterness, or resentment fester in your heart. These negative emotions can keep you stuck in the pain of what was done to you. When you hold on to bitterness, you are allowing the person who hurt you to continue hurting you, even if they're not present. The truth is, bitterness only poisons you. It doesn't affect the other person. It keeps you in a prison of your own making, and it prevents you from moving forward. Releasing anger doesn't mean that you are condoning what happened. It means that you are no longer giving it the power to control you. You are choosing to reclaim your peace and your joy. Understand that letting go isn't just about what you release, it's about what you make room for in your life. When you let go of the pain, the resentment, and the need for closure, you open the door for healing, for growth, and for new opportunities. You make room for peace to enter your heart. You make room for joy to return to your life. You make room for love and new experiences. Holding on to the past and the hurt only blocks these things from entering. But when you release it, you create space for something better to come into your life. It's important to realize that letting go is not a one-time decision, it's a continuous process. Each day you have to choose to let go of the past and move forward. There will be moments when the pain resurfaces, when the memories come flooding back, but you must remind yourself that you have the power to choose your response. Letting go doesn't mean the hurt never happened. It means you are no longer letting it control you. It means that you are actively choosing to heal, to grow, and to move on. When you release the need for someone else to make things right, you take back control of your life. You become the author of your own story. You stop being defined by the pain and start defining yourself by your strength, your resilience, and your ability to move forward. It's a powerful decision, a freeing decision, and one that will propel you into a future where you are no longer held captive by the actions of others. Let go of the need for someone else to give you closure or an apology. You don't need them to heal. Your healing begins the moment you decide to release the hold that the past has on you and move forward into the future that's waiting for you. Your healing journey requires you to develop a mindset that refuses to remain in the past. It's about making the decision that no matter what you've been through, you will not allow it to define you or dictate your future. The pain, betrayal, or hurt you've experienced, though real and significant, does not have the power to limit the person you are becoming. You are not the sum total of your suffering. You are not bound to the wounds that others have inflicted upon you. To heal, you must embrace the fact that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but a survivor, and even more than that, a victor over your circumstances. The people and events that have hurt you do not have to continue to shape your life. The reason is simple. You have the power to choose how you respond. Yes, what happened was painful. Yes, it may have shattered your trust or left you questioning your worth. But you must remember that what others do to you is not who you are. The way you respond to the hurt is what truly defines you. You can choose to stay in the victim role, perpetually replaying the hurt and allowing it to hold you back, or you can choose to take ownership of your healing and rise above it. The key to true healing is not merely about getting over the past, but transforming yourself through it, refusing to let it have power over you any longer. One of the most important steps in healing is breaking free from the mindset that you are a victim of circumstances. This is the very mindset that keeps people trapped in their pain. When you see yourself as a victim, you place the power to heal in the hands of others. You are constantly waiting for someone else to fix things, to apologize, or to make amends. But the healing power is within you. It is not about what others do. It is about what you choose to do with the pain that's been inflicted upon you. You must make a deliberate choice to rise, to move forward, and to refuse to stay stuck in the past. This mindset shift is one of the most important steps you will take in your healing journey. When you refuse to stay a victim, you also stop seeing yourself as powerless. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you have no control over your healing. But in reality, healing starts with the decision to move forward. You have the power to choose your emotional response to the situation. You have the power to forgive. You have the power to find peace, regardless of what's been done to you. No one can take that power away from you unless you allow them to. And so your healing process becomes one of active participation, where you no longer wait for the world to change, but instead take responsibility for changing your perspective, your actions, and your responses. The moment you make the decision to heal, you are declaring that you will not allow the wounds of the past to shape your future. You are choosing to take control of your life. This is where your transformation begins. It's the point at which you say, what happened to me was not my fault, but I choose to heal, and I choose to be stronger because of it. When you adopt this mindset, you stop being held captive by the pain. You stop letting it define who you are or what you can accomplish. Instead, you become empowered to move forward with purpose, knowing that the strength you develop through your healing process will make you an even more powerful individual. In this transformation, you not only begin to heal, but also learn the valuable lessons that adversity can teach. Pain teaches you resilience. Betrayal teaches you discernment. Loss teaches you to appreciate the things you often take for granted. When you choose to heal, you allow these lessons to shape you into a wiser, more compassionate person. And that's where true healing lies, not in merely putting the pain behind you, but in growing from it, evolving through it, and emerging stronger and more whole. It's important to understand that this transformation is not about denying the pain or pretending it doesn't matter. It's about recognizing that the pain is not the end of your story. It is a chapter that has already been written, but it does not have to define the next chapter. You are the author of your own future, and you get to decide what that story will look like. By refusing to stay stuck in victimhood, you take the pen back in your hands and choose a narrative of strength, hope, and victory. Your healing journey is a process, but it is one that you must approach with the mindset that you are going to emerge victorious. You are going to use your pain to fuel your growth, to deepen your understanding of yourself, and to become a person who is not defined by the hurts they've experienced, but by the strength they've gained in overcoming them. You are not a victim of what was done to you. You are a victor, and your healing starts with your choice to rise above the pain. The process of healing is deeply tied to your ability to forgive, and forgiveness is not about condoning or excusing what was done to you. It's not about pretending that it didn't hurt, that the betrayal wasn't painful, or that the actions of others were justifiable. Forgiveness is about releasing the grip that the past holds on your heart and mind. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of resentment, anger, and bitterness that only weigh you down. This act of forgiveness doesn't change what happened, but it changes you. It gives you the freedom to live, to grow, and to heal. When you forgive, you're not doing it for the other person, you are doing it for yourself. The person who hurt you may never apologize or acknowledge their wrongdoing, but your decision to forgive them is a way of reclaiming your own peace. You no longer allow their actions to have control over you. When you choose not to forgive, you essentially allow the person who wronged you to continue to hurt you in your thoughts, your emotions, and your life. You hold on to their actions, and they remain an active part of your story. Forgiveness, however, allows you to take back that control. It removes the hold that the offense has on you, and it sets you free. Forgiveness is an act of strength, not weakness. It requires courage to face the pain, to acknowledge the hurt, and then to make the conscious decision to let go of it. It takes immense strength to forgive someone who has wronged you, especially when the offense seems unforgivable. But understand this: when you forgive, you are not just letting go of the other person's actions, you are also letting go of the hold that those actions have over your life. You free yourself from the emotional burden that has been weighing you down, and you open up space for healing and growth. Sometimes people struggle with the idea of forgiveness because they feel that by forgiving, they are somehow excusing or minimizing the hurt that was done to them. But forgiveness doesn't mean that what was done is okay or acceptable. It simply means that you are choosing not to let the actions of others dictate the quality of your life. It's a way of saying, I will not let this define me. I will not let this pain rule my life. I will release it and move forward. Forgiveness also has a powerful impact on your physical and emotional health. Holding on to unforgiveness creates a toxic environment within your body and mind. It festers, turning into bitterness and resentment, which can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues. The body can't carry the weight of unforgiveness without experiencing consequences. When you forgive, you release the toxic emotions that drain your energy and affect your well-being. You literally begin to heal in ways that go beyond the emotional. Forgiveness restores your mind, body, and spirit. Furthermore, forgiveness is a key that unlocks your future. If you remain stuck in the past, constantly revisiting the wrongs done to you, you're blocking the flow of blessings that are meant to come into your life. You can't fully embrace new opportunities, relationships, or experiences while you are still holding on to the past. Forgiveness allows you to let go of the emotional baggage that's keeping you from moving forward. It clears the path for new things to come into your life.